Okay, there we go. My Wi-Fi is back up. How annoying. Seeing the notification minutes? Yeah. My Wi-Fi just turned off, I guess. I don't fucking know. But welcome in. I guess I'm back now. Hopefully it doesn't turn off again. Fingers crossed, right? Alright. So, yeah, we're talking about the body. The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
The Wolf of Ragnarok.
Yep.
It's from Norse mythology. Huge, world-ending wolf beast.
Yeah, I guess you would be a nerd. What did I miss? The only thing you've missed so far, it was like 10 minutes maybe. They started the trial, and we had to prove that Kyoko wasn't dead and a ghost in front of us. So we had to prove that the body was not Kyoko, and that's pretty much what we're talking about right now. So you missed very, very little.
He's the child of the trickster god Loki, and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got
Yeah, the author.
literary all-star.
She actually knows literature a little bit.
A wolf tattoo. And that means
We prove she was not dead. So she's standing in the trial with us, but Hiro is like, "Nah, man, that could be a ghost. I think the body is still Kyoko, because like she's a ghost in front of us now." So they had to prove that the corpse was not Kyoko's body.
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf. Which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir.
Right. And so it must be Mukuro.
So it must have been Mukuro.
Yep.
What?
hold on. Isn't she the one that
Yeah,
was behind
Hiro,
this whole thing?
he's a little silly. There was somebody that was in chat before my Wi-Fi crashed that was like, "I have just come for Yasuhiro," and I was like, "There's no way." There's another guy that chats in my chat that is also a massive Hiro fan. I was like, that's pretty cool.
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
You couldn't have said that like 10 minutes ago, so we didn't have to fucking go through Kyoko not being dead. That would have been helpful. Hero smash, crazy. Not my kind of guy.
The mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a cool-ass trial?
No. It means we were wrong thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
True. It's Junko.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
It does, doesn't it? But I guess her actual title is the Ultimate Soldier. Dumb and handsome is my type of guy. You like him a little stupid. There's a famous, I don't know if you watch American football at all. There's a commentator right now that used to be a professional player. And he's like a Hall of Famer, and he's now a commentator for the game. And he's very well known, very well respected. But he played in like the 40s. And there's a clip. Oh, I'm live. Congrats. Hi, Bonnie. There's a clip of the guy back when he was a player and he was like 19, and he was just doing an interview, and he goes, "Yeah, you know, I like some of the college girls. I like them when they're pretty stupid. You know, they don't know who I am, and they don't gotta know." And you look back at it now, you're like, Jesus Christ, Chris. Like, that's fucked up. He's essentially preying on stupid girls. But it was the 40s. I guess it was a different time, right?
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place.
Yeah, I mean, she was the ultimate soldier. Yeah, welcome in, Bonnie. Good to see you. You haven't missed very much. The only thing we've done so far is figure out that Kyoko isn't dead. And my Wi-Fi crashed, but so, you know, hopefully we got it out of the way, so it won't happen again, theoretically.
After
Yuck, 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 preying on young girls, am I right? Yeah.
Anything that would fit such a description.
It's crazy. Some of the things you can find, because I mean, this was like the 80s in football was when it was like everybody in the league was doing like crazy amounts of cocaine. Everybody was drugged up. Everybody was drunk. They were just fucking, you know, going out, doing drugs, having sex with everyone they could find. This was before that though. And the concept of before that is scary. Because there's a world that could have been worse than that. It was before drugs, obviously. Okay, sex grader. You would be surprised.
All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier. If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
Yeah, the ultimate despair thing. True! Where did Kyoko get that?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Impossible.
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba?
Yeah, that's true. I never thought about. No, I wouldn't be. What's me? No. I think you'd be surprised by how many people were having rampant gay sex in the NFL.
She's been gone this whole time, and when she finally turns up, she gets killed.
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us, just another participant.
Yeah. But then why wouldn't we have known about her?
Then who's the real mastermind?
This is like the biggest question I have is like if this person, like, sure, maybe she was the ultimate soldier, but also like if she was just some normal participant in this game, why didn't we see her at all this entire time? She's got to be involved to some capacity.
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
I want to know why
But
she
how
believes
can we
this
trust
too.
her? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
Or is it? She knows more than we do.
My information was not wrong.
Oh shit! Explain.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost.
You shut your fucking mouth, Monokuma. We got something to discuss right now. You sit back there and you watch.
Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this.
It is not
No
Mukuro.
matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Oh shit.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record.
Okay.
The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place.
Okay.
Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brains.
Yeah, but we want to talk. We just want to hang out and have a good time.
What you're saying
Is that a
both
problem?
the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
That's... It could be possible. It could be possible if Junko's the one that killed him.
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Maybe not.
Wait, no. There's a chance that there's some mystery
How are y'all
17th
doing?
person who's been hiding
Doing
all
well.
along.
I'm a little bit late. I had people coming in and ripping out the carpets in my basement, and they took a long time. And they knocked out my Wi-Fi because they had to. My router is such a bad machine. It's such a piece of shit. It's currently, the cord got cut in half at some point, and so we spliced the wires together. So if you bump the router like a little bit, the whole thing will just lose power. And so I basically had no Wi-Fi like the whole time they were here. It was very annoying. But they took all the carpet out, so pretty good. My lord, yeah, I know. We just need to replace it. We are very... As little, we don't want to interact with Xfinity as much as humanly possible. We don't like them very much. Wait, did Hiro just say something smart? There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along? There is a chance. Xfinity yeah, fuck Xfinity. They just offer the best package. That sounds wrong. They offer the most bandwidth out of anyone near us, so that's why we use them.
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
My student accommodation is crappy Wi-Fi, and my parents' house is fiber, but the Wi-Fi doesn't go through the freaking walls. That is so annoying. Having fiber and it's still not working well is so frustrating. It's like, you did everything right. It's like if you've ever seen the video where it's raining outside and the guy goes underneath the rafters and then somehow it's raining under the rafters. He's like, well, what? He's like, that's not fair. I did everything right. Yo! What's up, Embers? I appreciate the raid. Welcome in. My god, it's the first time I've gotten to use the that notification. Cool. Welcome in. You're just in time for the trial. You have not missed very much at all. So basically what's happened so far in this trial is we've decided that the person that died is not Kyoko. Hiro is really convinced that it could be Kyoko and the person in the room with us is a ghost. But we've proven that that's not true. The person that's dead must be Mukuro Ikusaba, the mystery student that we don't know. And Monokuma confirmed that, and he has also confirmed that the person who killed Mukuro is one of the students. Now my theory is that it's, I think Junko is the mastermind and faked her own death earlier in the game so she could pull the strings behind the scenes. I think Junko killed her. And I think it fits because she's one of the students in the game. So that's my theory, but we're gonna try and figure it out.
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects.
Frankly, it might just be Cope because I really don't want... Kyoko's the main suspect. Kyoko is almost the only person who could have done this, and I don't want her to die. So it might be a little Cope. But yeah, that's my reasoning so far.
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Who the evidence points to? There can only be two suspects. Yeah, it's me and Kyoko, technically. It could be Toko. You never know. Yeah.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you make me say that?
Why do you say that?
I plead the fifth, actually. Fuck you.
Allow me to explain.
Soul bad guy combos whittling me down. Doesn't Soul have like generally easy combos? Oh, that was like what annoyed people the most. Oh, I guess it's Xrd, right? So it could be different.
That at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden.
Yeah, and after that point, they were all together in the gym dismantling Monokuma Bot.
However, Hiro
I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Oh no.
the entire time.
Do you have inputs on screen? Maybe your inputs are getting eaten?
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma.
It could be negative edge too. If your inputs are getting eaten, it might be a result of negative edge.
The whole time we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs.
Something is controller related? Okay.
All of which is to say,
It's just timing
four of us
then.
all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Yes, theoretically. I still don't think Toko is fully... Oh, I don't know. Bathrooms in pairs, yeah. Gotta watch over each other.
exactly so.
And it works because Hiro and Byakuya and then Hina and Toko. So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it, I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi.
I was attacked in my sleep last night, and I think Kyoko was there.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
They also helped each other. I'm not so sure.
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place.
I don't think Toko would break her own loyalty to Byakuya. Byakuya might out of spite for Toko. A better idea what time. That's a good point.
That might reveal some kind of clue.
Yeah. Because we know... We're pretty certain... Dinner was yummy? Hell yeah. What did you eat?
Whatever you want. Somebody
Pretty
go
sure
ahead.
it happened before the sprinklers went off. Because there was the tarp that was wet.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock.
Noodles and meatballs? Oh, dude, that does sound awesome, actually. I actually have not thought at all about what I'm going to eat after stream. I have to figure that out. I might steal your idea. That sounds pretty damn good.
So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
We must have happened. Yeah. Wait. Oh yeah, because Byakuya didn't see the body. Yes,
Then
yes.
I guess we can say the time frame
I'm-
for the murder was between then and when we found the body.
Had ice cream right before. That's crazy. The ice cream and then the noodles. Why didn't you do it the other way around? I feel like that makes more sense, right? Eating ice. Why is everyone eating ice cream? What the hell? What's going on? What kind of, you know what? That's a good question. What kind of ice cream? Also before dinner? You guys are crazy. That's breaking the rules. But what kind of ice cream? This is a very important question. I'll have to judge all of your tastes in ice cream. Personally, I eat strawberry and almost nothing else.
Oh, but what time did we find the body?
Oh, you know what? That makes sense. It got done after eating the ice cream. All right, that's fair, I suppose. Chocolate brownie Oreo. Okay, that does sound good. I'm not, you know what? I'm not a massive fan of chocolate ice cream. I prefer vanilla, but I just, like I said, I eat strawberry ice cream. I just really like strawberry. Technically, Crazy Killer could have killed too. Yeah, Genocide Jill. I think it's possible. G same. Hell yeah, dude. You know what? I don't meet a lot of people that just really like strawberry ice cream. That's validating. Oh, what is that? Daim ice cream? I have no idea what that is. Oh, I'm intrigued. Choco ice cream is overrated? I think it's okay. I mean, I can eat it. I would just rather, like, if I'm gonna have a basic flavor, like, no, like, side kind of thing, I would just have strawberry. Oh, it's a candy bar. Oh, it's Norwegian ice cream. Wow. Okay, interesting. That sounds pretty cool. I'll have to look and see if I can find... I mean, I don't imagine I'm just gonna walk to a grocery store and find Norwegian ice cream, but shit, maybe I can order that online. I'll have to try that. Says Daim is Swedish. Oh no. Starting a Nordic war at Banir. Yeah, Toko found the body. Yeah, so that's how we know when the body was discovered. It was at 9.
I got it!
It's in Norway too? Okay.
The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Do people in Norway like Sweden? Or are you guys, like, competitive? Like, are you guys, like, rivals? Or are you guys just, like, buddies? Because I view a lot of... I mean, I don't have very much knowledge. So, but I always viewed, like, the Nordic countries as being, like, bros. Oh, you're not from Norway. You just have Norwegian ice cream. I see. A little brother at a restaurant asking, just visiting. Oh, that's cool. Norway. You know, I've never really thought about visiting Norway. It's not one of those places I hear about all the time. Is it nice? Wait. I mean, my little brother at a restaurant asking for a vineyard peach ice cream. Like a very specific type of peach. I do like peach a lot, actually. Especially like peach flavored things. I do really like those. Oh my god. Sorry, I just got football news. It's really cold but very pretty. I guess that makes sense. It's a bit northern. very cold. I wonder what very cold is. But very pretty. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard about people going to visit like Sweden. Actually, I hear a lot of people talking about going and visiting Sweden, but I've never heard Norway. That seems pretty cool. Since then we have fun coming up with the most obscure flavors at restaurants. Yeah, just ask for like the wildest things you could imagine. Just see if they got it. So, oh yeah, so this is how we know it was 9, because right before she went up, he looked at the clock and he was like, yeah, it's 9. Or she did, whatever. Also, when it's 5 p.m. where I'm at, the sun goes out. Oh, that's not that different from, it's like, yeah, it's about 5 p.m. here and the sun is up, sun is gone.
He's right.
Wait, goes out as in like it rises, or like it like the sun sets? Because I guess that would be a big difference.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
When it sets, okay, yeah, that's not too different from where I'm at right now.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
So if it happened late at night, he could have done it. But if it happened early in the morning, sounds like Illinois. Yeah, I used to live in Chicago. So Illinois isn't pretty. I mean, Illinois can be pretty. Like the Chicago, or the city is nice. Everything else is pretty whatever.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right?
Yep, that was right after the announcement. So it'd be like 7, wasn't it?
Yeah. Right
Yeah.
around 7:30.
Went to Norway once. We had 24/24 sun.
Sure about it.
What does that mean? 24/24? First night after dinner, we took a walk and visited a bit. And at some point, someone's like, wait, what time is it? And we're like, oh my god, it's 1 a.m. And the sun's, oh, like 24/7 sun? Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so it's like 1 a.m. and it's bright as hell. Dude, that's crazy. I know Alaska can get like that here. It'll have some periods of time when the sun is constantly out. It'll have some periods of time where the sun is never out. And that seems so crazy. That's like a scary notion to me. Imagine getting a sunburn at midnight, right? Like you're supposed to be safe.
Which means
It's 1 a.m. Oh yeah, I don't know Europe time zones really well. Hold on. You're 8 hours ahead of me. So that's... Shoot, where's Myth when I need him? I know Myth is in the westernmost time zone of Europe. Night equals cold. Yeah, actually, you can't fuck with my internal clock like that. 24/7 night at winter must be depressing. It is. Alaska has like an insane suicide rate because of those periods of time where there's no sun. It makes people literally like miserable. That's why Alaska is such a scary place to me. I don't want to go out in that. I just want normal day and night, right? I don't want to fuck with that. Murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Yeah, then it looks like the game has begun. I can't provide an alibi for that period, and I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I have an alibi. For me, Eastern is usually 6 hours ahead. Yeah, and I'm 2 hours behind Eastern. Yeah, so you're like eight hours ahead of me. Yeah, I think that's like it's like this. There's like 3 time zones in Europe, right? It's like the Western, the Central, and the East. So like you're in what, like the Central time zone of Europe right now, I think. I might be just incorrect. I'm trying to use my limited amount of knowledge. Because at some point, Myth had me look up a map of the time zones. Because they're very strange to me. In Europe specifically. I think you're right. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take that. Win number 1. Okay, yeah, to do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Yes, we have to argue this. This is our main point of this kit. I don't even bother with time zones. Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I think it's fun to kind of know. Like, to at least have the knowledge of, like, where people are at. Because then I get to yell at you guys, because I'm like, wow, it's 3 a.m. Go the fuck to sleep, man.
Frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
Sprinklers,
and 10
yeah.
o'clock in the morning.
I think we have to know that it's before 7:30 because the sprinklers.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any
Shoot.
objections, now would be
Shoot,
the
this is
time.
gonna be hard. Yeah, it's this case. Yeah. I'm really hoping, because obviously the prime, we know that we didn't commit the murder. So the prime suspect right now is Kyoko, and I really don't want Kyoko to die. So I'm hoping that it's gonna be something else. Someone's gonna come up.
We've established a time
The body,
frame for the murder.
the body was dry,
Place somewhere between 10
but
o'clock at night
there was the tarp.
and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Guess. Yeah, wait. I know it's the sprinklers. Hold on. I have to think. My only options are 10 p.m. and 7:30 a.m.
For the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at
Yeah, it
night
has to be the sprinklers.
and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
I have to lock the fuck in on this one. Hold on.
To
To
7:30.
7:30, yeah.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think.
Right.
So Makoto, if you have any objections...
So it couldn't have happened. Okay. I have to contest that it happened at 10 because the sprinklers would have come on if it was before 7:30. I think that's what they want me to do.
Established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock.
There we go. Okay.
No, it's wrong.
I love the fact that before trains, the time zones at any specific place was just wherever the sun is at the highest. Yeah.
The murder couldn't have happened
You just,
anywhere near 10
oh, look,
o'clock.
there's the sun. Yeah, it
had
must
to
be
have taken
midday.
place way later.
We have the craziest stupid border stories in Europe. I have an island. Wait, we have an island that changes country every 6 months. Wait, are you talking about the UK? The UK just leaving Europe? I don't imagine so. What is the island? The murder kind of taking place way later. See, but I think Makoto's wrong here. I think we have that information. Small island between France and Spain. Oh, what? Fuck. Is it Andorra?
The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
See, I hate this line of thinking. Because I can prove it wrong, so he should be able to prove this wrong. Looking at the translation. Oh, yeah.
The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Right, but that's because we threw the bucket of water on it.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
Sorry, Toko. You're an idiot.
I'm wrong? How?
How about you think a little harder? Should be rich coming from Makoto.
Saying only the mouth down south was wet? How dare you spew such
What the
indecent words?
fuck? No, we weren't saying that at all. And I've never ever heard that phrase, but that's crazy. That's wild.
I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
Mouth down south is nuts. I gotta fucking write that down. I've never heard that before.
What do you mean?
I love her as a character. I like Toko. Toko's out of pocket, but I think she's funny. And I think she's definitely like a different kind of vibe. And I genuinely, her being Genocide Jack or Genocide Jill or whatever is very, I like the dichotomy between the two.
the sprinkler. Are you trying to deny my entire existence?
No. What?
Man, you're totally wacko.
Yeah, a little bit.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why.
Wait, it was the bucket. We poured water on her. What? Are we forgetting this? We look at the body itself. That should make it clear. It's a bucket of water. Just man. Oh my god, I have to rhythm game this one? That's crazy.
I admit nothing. I hate you.
Wait, that's so rude. I just disagree with you.
Enough. Hold on. Are you trying to blame me? I'm right about this. I admit nothing. I hate you. No. I don't know anything. That's enough. Hold on.
kind
Are
of
you
long.
trying to blame me? I'm right about
Because they keep giving me them one at a time. I can't just do like 3 at once.
Are you trying to blame me?
Okay, cool. Final strike. The analysis of the exploded body. Pheasant Island is an uninhabited river island located between France and Spain, whose administration alternates between the two nations every 6 months. Wait, that's sick. So it's literally just a country that, well, it's an island that belongs to both countries, and they have like divorced parents like custody over it. That's awesome. That's so sick. I mean, I feel bad for the island, I guess. They probably don't have any actual sovereign rights because they're, you know, between two nations, but that's a very funny and kind of cool story. They have top 10 smallest countries in the world. Yeah, I mean, you gotta compete with like Vatican City. That one's funny. That's hard to beat.
The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry.
Oh, you know what? That's a really good way to explain this. I would have... My argument just stopped at, like, we threw a bucket of water on her, idiot. But yeah, of course, if it was the sprinklers, the bottom half of the body would be wet.
If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body
He
have been
argues so
wet?
much better than I do, but he just lacks information that he shouldn't, and that frustrates me.
So they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
What? What are you talking about?
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because
TLDR was wacky historical treaties. That's pretty sick.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Right. That should have been your... you should have led it with that. Remember the bucket?
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't.
Duh, it was right. They're testing. This is a social
The
experiment.
sprinklers didn't get the body wet. Then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
But do we know for a fact that the... Well, no, because the tarp. Because the tarp. It's a river where you're legally in two countries at the same time. We have a couple places like that in the US. Where like if you're standing on like one spot, you can be in like two different states at the same time. But I don't think there's anything with like the bordering countries. I don't think there's anything like that that I know of. Yeah, like the Four Corners, yeah.
Killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night.
Yeah, tarp's gonna ruin everything.
Right?
So this technically clears me until I, being the knower, go, oh yeah, the tarp. Duh. Canada-America border is bizarre. Yeah. We have a trip planned later this year for like Toronto. I didn't realize how close Toronto was to New York. It's like literally like, I don't think they're connected. I don't even know actually. But they're so close. They're like within like 50 miles of each other. was like, Jesus.
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
I don't mean like that your full body is legally in 2 countries at the same time. Yeah, that is. Wait, that is kind of sick. Yeah, I guess like that is pretty different. Dude, I wonder how a murder would be ruled legally there, like on that river. Would it be considered international waters? I can't imagine.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Double the laws. Oh no. Which one gets to jail you? Do they have a custody battle over going to jail? Just 6 months in each one. Uh-oh, Kyoko's the only one without an alibi. Which mean that Mukuro's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. My girlfriend would never do that. Kyoko murdered someone?
I'd just like to say one thing.
Oh shit, is she gonna bring up the tarp?
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
That's crazy. She isn't defending herself, she's just saying you don't want to kill me.
Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Let's go. I believe her.
Of course I'm not.
Yes!
I have no reason to kill anyone.
I believe women. Let's go.
This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
Yes. The mastermind's the one that killed her. And the mastermind is one of the students. It's Junko. There's a long line of cut down trees where the border is. Wait, really? I didn't know this. That's kind of cool. Is it along like the western end of the border? Because I imagine it can't be around like Michigan, right?
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
Yeah. Get him, Byakuya.
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Oh, wait, that worked? Well, you could
Anyway,
do that from the start.
Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Oh, what?
Huh? She did?
This is the first time hearing about this.
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything.
Okay, sure, I guess that's fair. Are we gonna learn why she thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair?
So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this.
I would love to
Isn't that
hear
right, Kyoko?
what made her think that. She still thinks that.
But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
No, guys, I believe her. She didn't do it. It must have been someone else.
I'm not the only one without an alibi.
Oh, now
Makoto's
she's gonna bring up
explanation
the
is still
tarp.
insufficient.
Okay. Yeah. I also know of the Triangle of Death in the US, a small patch of land where, because of weird laws and borders, you can murder someone and technically they would not be able to find juries for the trial. I've never heard of that. That's crazy. Wait, that's sick. I'll have to, if you have a link or anything for that, please put it in the chat. I kind of want to learn about that. That sounds awesome. Uh-oh, tarp time.
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
He's gonna do it like, how could I have forgotten?
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take was covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
Yeah. Yeah, she'll never miss a piece of evidence in a murder scene. A certain something at the scene was used to cover the body. Could it have been that one thing that I totally forgot about?
I got it!
I got it!
You're talking about the tarp. aren't you?
Check out the Tim Traveler on YouTube. Interesting. I'll have to look that up. I'm so intrigued by this triangle. These characters are so dumb sometimes. That's actually one of my biggest frustrations. It's like one of the largest factors of why like I play it on the easiest difficulty, because I think some of the ways that they argue and some of the ways that their logic follows is super unintuitive. It doesn't make sense, and it's very frustrating to me. So I like the story and the murders and the trials and stuff like that, but like trying to follow their version of the logic is so hard to keep up with. Because like, yeah, he just forgot the tarp exists. And it's like, duh, obviously the tarp.
You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water.
Sure, it's not in Iraq. The only American triangle of death is a rock climbing knot. What? I guess just a lot of people die trying to rock climb. Possible. I know a lot of dangerous spots.
In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that.
Yeah, duh. We should have known this from the start. This is the frustrating
Only
part.
one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water.
Hey, thank you for following, Terrible Robot. Sorry you died! Exclamation point death in the chat if you'd like to find out how.
The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
Yeah.
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
Yep. That's about what I was assuming.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Ooh, struck by lightning. That's a tough one. That's gotta hurt. Yo, welcome in, Robot.
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place.
Yeah, obviously if you keep the time of murder vague, the possibilities open up, and you could have done it, you know, it could have been someone else.
In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Yeah, this is actually really funny, because this is perfectly set up to frame me for the murder, but because we are the protagonist, like, we know that Makoto didn't kill him. You like, or like, at least that Makoto was in the room when this person was murdered. So it's framed to look like us, and everybody else has good reason to believe it's us, but we just know that it wasn't, because we are the protagonist. You know, we see the story through his eyes. Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? Well, so that she doesn't look like the killer. What? No, I can't think about that right now. The tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? But the body... Wait, the tarp wasn't used because it doesn't have any blood on it?
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said. Oh my god, wait, is it gonna be the blood? This I had not considered. Body before the explosion, that must be what it is. Because he's gonna talk about the blood.
Body with the tarp. The killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless.
Maybe it
right?
wasn't only dirty on one
That
side.
was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
But I think it might have gotten dirty from the blood. Wait.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it.
What do you think of it? The Zone of Death is the 50 square mile area in the Idaho section of Yellowstone Park, in which, as a result of a reported loophole in the Constitution, a person may be able to theoretically avoid conviction for any major crime. Wait, that's crazy. Dude, of course it would be in Idaho. Idaho is such a crazy, fucking lawless land. My enemies in chat want to go to Yellowstone. What if we met up at the Yellowstone National Park? What if we put our beds next to each other at Yellowstone?
Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right?
As the god of imagination, you would think I would die in a different way. Yeah, true, right? I mean, like, I guess Zeus. It's the hubris, right? Claiming yourself god and Zeus strikes you down.
Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you.
Yeah, yeah.
If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Okay, here we go. I think the counter is that the tarp would have been elevated because it would have been rested on the knife, and therefore it wouldn't have actually been touching the body to get blood on it. I think that's the counter. It's because of weird borders between Yellowstone and Idaho. Wait, is Yellowstone not in Idaho? Is it in, what, Utah? Utah, or what's the western border? Washington, I think. Culprit washed it. Well, why would they wash only one side?
If they had, they would have washed
Yeah.
both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
I was thinking of this too. When I thought that the body was still Junko, and I thought it was like a really, really old murder, I thought the blood was fake. So I did have this line of thinking. But I guess it's still possible, even though the murder could be fresh. Well, maybe the murder doesn't have to be fresh. Maybe that's the reason why we haven't seen Mukuro at all. Blood was camouflage?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
See, this is exactly my line of thinking when I thought it was Junko.
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office.
That's possible, but also, if the mastermind is the person behind this, they have access to what, 10 students that have already been murdered to some capacity in this game?
That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
Oh, what? The chicken! Oh my god, that's why there's 4 chickens! That fucker.
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
Oh my god, they killed one of the chickens. How dare they?
What? Chicken blood?
You're saying something not stupid. He's had a couple. So far in this trial, he's had a couple moments where I was like, okay, hero, no, that makes sense.
But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Killing a living thing just
Yeah,
to do
that's-
something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
His false identity is slipping. He's actually a super genius. He's
I wonder
undercover.
if the killer had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around.
It makes me think it's possible it could be Toko still. I just don't want to believe that it's anyone here. I want to believe that it's the mastermind.
Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body.
I suppose that's true.
But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it.
What? What the fuck is he talking about?
Ground was completely clean.
Right.
I have to agree. That certainly is strange.
Hold on, I have to go back. What the fuck did he just say? Why does that not make sense at all? Well, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. The culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood. Yes. But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground. Well, why is that have to be the... There's probably not that much blood. What? What? That doesn't make sense to me at all.
Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
Okay, this was also something that I brought up. Because it's weird that the coat is backwards. And it looks like maybe even the victim isn't wearing the coat. It was just put on top of them.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
Yes, this is exactly what I said.
I think so.
A 30-second thing. You're a little bit behind. Are you on mobile? I never remember.
Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Right. Yeah, the whole thing was
That
backwards.
settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp.
Right.
Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they've already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
Maybe even much earlier. Like multiple days earlier. Even further, maybe.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
Yes.
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body.
Yeah. It just has to be someone that was there in the morning.
They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Yeah. Didn't we go to the gym?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Fuck! I didn't? I thought I went to the gym. What was I doing? Makoto, you fucking idiot. Damn it. What are you doing? We're fucking throwing.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
You should have known you were going to be framed for a murder today. God damn it, Makoto.
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I don't remember the gym part. Yeah, I thought he just went straight to the gym. Because that's when they were looking at Monokuma Bot. That they were like disassembling.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. And if they get this wrong, everyone is dead. Yeah. Oh. All of that just became a truth
Well
bullet.
then,
Okay.
Looks like we're back to square one.
Yippee. Restart.
Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
Right.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin.
That's
50-50
crazy.
odds.
He's back to classic hero again. That is the most insane idea I've ever... It's not 50-50, because there's a world where it's neither of them.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No!
No, not that. I just
Yeah,
remembered something super serious.
not a good idea. Not at all.
Well, don't just stand there. out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
Oh yeah, it's my knife. Yeah.
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded,
Jeez. They got it from my room. You have to believe me, guys.
right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back.
So it'd have to be a big knife.
What about it?
It's like Two-Face and Batman Begins. Flip the coin. Yeah. One side is burnt and messed up and the other's normal. If I was a villain, I'd be like Two-Face. Why specifically Batman Begins? Also, wait, isn't that wrong? Doesn't he not become Two-Face until the Dark Knight? am I tweaking? Because yeah, because he has to choose between saving Rachel and saving Harvey. And he goes to the address where Rachel's at, and it's actually Harvey. And that's the only reason he doesn't actually blow up, is because Batman tries to save him. Then he falls over and he's in the oil. It's been a second. Oh man, you should rewatch that movie. I love that movie. That's probably in my top 5.
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before.
No, Hina. No, you didn't.
That's what I thought when I first saw
Your
it.
Honor, nuh-uh. Shit. Shit. They gave me the knife. They forced the knife on me. I never wanted it. That's why I killed him. I didn't want the knife. You guys made me do it. Why don't you hang on it? Yeah. Yeah, wait a minute. Kyoko is the one who brought up giving me the knife. Isn't that weird? Isn't that strange?
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
I think, okay, here's my crazy prediction. I have a weird feeling that Kyoko set up all of this. She set this up specifically with the idea that the mastermind was going to try and frame Makoto for this murder. And everything is falling, every domino is falling exactly the way that she wants. And she now is trying to fucking guide us in the right direction. That's my crazy 5G tinfoil. That's my theory. I don't know how much truth there is to that.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Because she's also the one that's been dragging me into here, go distract Monokuma while I do this thing. Go here, come meet me at the data center while I do this thing. It's weird. No comment? Ka. That means I'm onto something. I know it.
Then why did you hide that fact?
Oh, that was the knife?
It's not that I.
Okay, well, duh, because it makes me look bad. What the fuck kind of question is that? What, you think I'm just gonna waltz around and be like, oh, it's my knife? Where did that come from? Oh yeah, and also this. Somebody took my knife. Yeah, you know what sounds suspicious is before the murder happens, going up to people and being like, hey guys, have you seen my knife? I can't find my knife anywhere. And then finding it in the murder scene. That looks really suspicious. I thought maybe I really did kill her. Also, by the way, you know, I know it's been a while since yesterday, but this person that we're seeing on the screen is a different person than Mukuro. This is not the victim. I mean, look, you can see the right hand. Where's the fucking tattoo? Where are the fake nails? This is a different person. I'm being framed. I can't show this to any of the people in the trial with me, but I'm being framed. This is the mastermind. Or it's Kyoko, but there's no scars either. It doesn't make sense to be Kyoko. This must be the mastermind.
Yes, very suspicious indeed.
They could have gotten the tattoo between those moments. That would be so funny. Robot theory looking strong? Yeah. But the robot theory might have been one of the strongest theories we've had thus far.
The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. 12,000% convinced.
12,000? That's so many thousand. Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. What on earth is that? No conversation hijack. Okay, the disguised body, the exploded body analysis, and the fragments.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife
I just lost
before,
my IP.
then
No!
seals it. Makoto did it.
My internet safety.
Just because I had the knife once?
God, if only I was a big streamer, I could turn this into a NordVPN ad.
Getting stabbed is what killed her, right? So there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
Wait, that's
What
it.
a horrible
The knife isn't what killed her. You've already established that the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed, which means that the knife was thrust through the coat into the body.
The
Yeah, it was
knife we
after
found
they were
lodged in
dead.
the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
In fact, VPNs are way overhyped. Yeah, I've never really used one. I don't really see, you know, the idea behind it. Other than when you're like Netflix is region locked, I get that. That makes a lot of sense.
That automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting
No.
stabbed is what killed her.
No.
No, it's wrong.
No, that's wrong! The actual privacy effects are extremely limited. Wow, really? Isn't that like the whole
Isn't what
appeal?
killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Yep.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it, right?
Yeah, but it's mostly a lie. Wow, really?
In
Damn.
other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Right.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body.
I could tunnel on this for hours. Yeah, I mean, you definitely seem like you know a lot more about it than I do. I don't know very much about like computers at all. The amount of people who are scared of their data getting leaked is concerning. I mean, I guess it's like I mean, even if the data getting leaked is useless, like you might have like credit card numbers and stuff online, or like passwords and stuff that you just don't want people getting into. It's justifiable to be nervous about it, I think.
Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Yeah, I follow this logic, yeah.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
But why? What would be the point? The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot? No. There's no way that's possible. The exact condition of the body was written down for everyone to see. Is it this one, or is that... No, the file?
I got it!
I got it!
The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Yeah, that's actually a good point too. Or the government doesn't like that. Yeah, I especially think the government getting access to your data is concerning for sure.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, the Monokuma file solves it all. Thanks, Monokuma.
Then the knife.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer.
Yep. They're trying really hard to
Probably
frame me.
stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her.
I imagine it's like maybe it's something under the mask. There's nothing you can do about that. They have backdoors built in everything. Yeah. Yeah, an unfortunate reality that you're always just gonna have to look out for it.
Exploding the body afterward was probably meant to do the same thing. The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her.
I wonder if the victim was suffocated. You clearly would have been able to tell that based on their face. You would have been able to see it in the eyes. And that's something that could easily be covered up by the mask in the explosion. Where the victim was already dead. Naturally.
It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
Some VPNs do include additional protections. Those are not inherent to VPNs. You can get them for free without giving them all your data. Also, yeah, if I get no benefit from big companies taking your data, then yeah, why would you do it?
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward.
Yeah, because in my head, I don't think this person died from like strangulation. I think you would have noticed it on their throat even before the explosion. But if it was something that wasn't like physically damaging, that would only apply to the face, well, you can cover that with the mask. And as soon as the mask starts to get taken off, it explodes and you can never find out about it ever. I think that might be it.
They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but
Okay.
what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter
Okay,
between your
mean.
ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Byakuya, I thought we were getting better about this. You should not be mean.
Well, if you're so smart, just tell me.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion.
Oh. I don't imagine that.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Why don't you do it, smarty pants? You basically were like, hey, idiot, it's obvious what created this problem. And then she was like, okay, what was it? And he's like, Makoto, how about you deal with this? It's like, okay, you have not justified the need to call her stupid at all. Wait, what? Where is it? Where's the bomb? Oh, the fragments? It's not the actual bomb, it's just the frag. Okay.
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny
And
fragment
Hero
of
being
something
Hero,
on the
yeah.
ground near the body, right?
They really are their characters.
That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's so funny because I don't recognize this at all. And I looked at what the bomb was when it happened, when we found it in the gym. I don't recognize this at all.
That's only natural. Because, of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma. It's part of a bomb.
Okay, now I kind of see it. All right, never mind.
Oh, then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Yeah.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto.
Yep.
And the only one who would benefit from that
Is the mastermind.
is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Well, no, not necessarily.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
Oh?
What's the problem?
Is Makoto gonna start cooking?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me.
Asphyxia.
What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate.
I have no problem with that.
It won't change the
Nerd.
facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate. Oh. Okay, sure.
Then shall we continue the debate?
What does the Monokuma file say? Hold on, I gotta read this. Due to the explosion, it says the twice. Got him! +1 for the gameplay, +0 for the game developers. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. Oh, they had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. I forgot about that. And the body was covered with other wounds, but they were at least several days old. Did you just now check the file? No, we checked it before the trial. I just forgot. This is what gave me the theory that this body is really old. Is that specific part that says the body was covered with other wounds, but they were at least several days old. But I'm thinking about this now, they could just be scars, because this is the ultimate soldier. But they definitely died from getting hit in the head with
The
something.
victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
No, that's wrong. Wait, what? Oh, no, it has been determined. It's just in the file. We have not determined it.
Then shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
Also doesn't specify what causes it. That's true, it doesn't say that. We just assume. Because if it has to be something covered by the mask, then the hit to the head makes a lot of sense. And the explosion would cover it up, so we couldn't investigate it.
And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
Yeah,
And more than that,
that's exactly right.
the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Wait, that's exactly right. What am I supposed to... What? I guess the countless wounds are probably like a cover-up?
Shall we continue
There's
the
nothing
debate?
that I disagree with here.
The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
Okay, well, I think that's wrong, actually.
Killed her for sure.
Oh, no, it's not this. It's the other way around.
She was already told
The hit to the head contradicts that.
And it wasn't me
that
hit with
thing.
the knife, right? And then there's only one other thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, according to the Monokuma file.
Monokuma file. That's gotta
It's
be
this.
it.
I need
There was
this.
evidence that showed she was
Okay,
hit on the
cool.
back-
And more than that, the victim had
And now I
suffered
use this
countless
to
wounds
contradict
across
what
her entire
Byakuya said at the
body.
beginning.
Then shall we continue the debate?
Yes.
The victim's fatal injury has yet.
Okay. Got it. No, that's wrong.
Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
Oh, it's the back of the head is especially worse, too.
What about the wounds
I'll
all
fuck
over
you
the
up.
rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
Yeah, well, they're super old.
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know for sure. I still think it's possible that this is like a body that was dead a long time ago.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon? The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a...
Could it be a metal pipe? That's true, we didn't find anything that would show us, like, oh fuck, maybe like the pickaxe?
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe.
Okay, shit. If Hero's saying it, I'm worried about the validity.
How is that even possible? If you
Fuck.
hit someone with
Fuck.
that, it'd keep her from falling completely.
Alright, maybe it wasn't the pickaxe then. Fuck off.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power.
That's actually so true, and I'm concerned. Like, how do you know that?
I wouldn't mind testing it on you. if you
Crazy.
want.
Crazy.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with a metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty
What
brain
the
of yours,
fuck?
throw it on the ground and spit on it.
What the fuck?
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
That's crazy. They're like bonding over wanting to murder each other. Wholesome? Is that wholesome? I don't know.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
You already know?
We already know? I knew we should
I
never
hate
do.
saying things that the characters immediately say after me. That's like twice in a row.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto.
It makes me feel like an NPC. I'm just one of them along for the ride. What? I've deducted? No, I haven't. What? Oh, I have it somewhere in here? It's the tattoo. Dude, what? I actually have no. The woodblock key. Could it possibly be the arrows? They're about as thick as a pipe, right? That would just be so weird. Dude, I have no idea. It was the chicken. They hit him with the chicken. Dude, it must be the arrows. There's nothing else in this evidence that is like even close to a pipe. It must be.
I got it!
Yeah, I got it.
Mukuro was hit
The
in the back
thick
of
air.
the
That's
head
what
with
I'm
something,
saying.
and that's what killed her. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Okay, I begin to understand. They wrapped up the arrow. It would be like ballistic. Yeah, exactly. It would be they taped up the arrow so that it wouldn't like stab them or anything. Hit them with it, and that's why the tape is bloody.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
Are you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
It does sound kind of weird, right?
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right! I'm not backtalking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
She's just trying to help move us in the right direction. I don't blame Hina for doubting it, because there's one more thing about that weapon. One more secret. Must be the duct tape. Because there's no blood on the arrows, right? Yeah, it must be the duct tape.
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right? I have no doubt that was the murder weapon.
Are you sure?
You don't sound convinced. What's the problem?
Well, because in the Monokuma file,
Mm-hmm.
it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It
Yeah.
seems like an arrow would just be too thin.
Oh, maybe the duct tape made it thicker? I guess? I don't know if that really holds that well.
You're right. Just the one arrow.
Oh my
would've
god,
been
it's
too weak.
many arrows!
That's why the killer
Oh,
used another weapon.
oh my god, they duct taped multiple arrows together. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I'm so dummy.
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled up wad of duct tape.
So theoretically, it could have been like fucking all 10 of the arrows just all taped together.
The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows together.
Yeah, and then at that point, it's basically like a fucking club. Yeah, that
Bundling
makes a
them
lot of
together
sense.
Using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe. And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks.
Wow, I don't know it.
One stick is weak, so put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
That's crazy. I've heard of Aesop's fable, but I didn't know that's actually what it was.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh?
Yeah,
Listening.
how's that harsh at all?
Anyway,
Don't
that
ask what a
explains the
bundle
murder
of sticks
weapon.
is called in the UK. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker,
It's called a cigarette, obviously.
It was you, Kyoko.
I've never been to the dojo.
Wait, that's just a straight up lie.
Oh no.
What?
You absolutely have.
Why would she lie so obviously like that?
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof.
Yeah,
of
she had the
course.
key in her
Don't we,
room.
Makoto?
No, dude, don't tell me Kyoko actually killed this person.
Oh,
Dude, I don't want to execute Kyoko.
Hmm?
There's gotta be a way out.
Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer.
But Bianca, that's my girlfriend. I don't want my girlfriend to die. I already have dealt with that once.
You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to the death of us all, remember?
No, man.
Of course I remember.
No.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Why is she lying like this? I don't understand. Surely if she was the murderer, she wouldn't have said such an obvious lie. I don't get it. She must know what she's doing. Since that Kyoko went to the dojo, it must be connected to that dojo locker. Yeah, where's the key? The key.
I got it!
I got it!
The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. The key to the dojo locker.
We found this in her
How
room.
does that prove anything?
Because I found it in
It was in
room.
your
It
room.
was in my room?
I mean, also what we have to think about is that she didn't have the key to her own room. She didn't have access to get into her own room because Byakuya has the key.
Don't bother trying to play dumb.
We don't know when it was put in her room.
That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just...
She didn't have access to her room. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, like,
Hold on a second.
hold on. Ooh,
Not this
maybe he's
again.
cooking.
You really are dead set on
He
defending
talks faster than me. Yeah, great minds. You know, they think alike, right?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just
Also, I'm talking, you're typing. A little easier for me.
there's one more thing I need to ask her.
Why?
Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last
Why were
night,
you in my room?
You were in my room, weren't you? Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
True.
I was just protecting you.
What?
Stopping the mastermind from killing me? Yeah. She was protecting me? Then does that mean she knew I was being attacked? And she came to my rescue? Wow, girlfriend, thank you. Thank you protected me. Wow. Could that be when... Which would mean that Kyoko, she killed someone? For me?
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over.
No,
A
please.
verdict
This is
close.
so important to the case, you don't fucking understand. And this is actually so crucial. Kyoko Slay. Yeah, literally.
I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the
It's
killer.
the mastermind.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it.
Because you have my room key. Mic drop.
Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Byakuya should know better than anyone? What does that mean? Oh shit. I don't know what is about to happen. What? When the body was found. Okay.
Those words you just spoke. What do you mean?
Because he sent Toko to find the body. He knew it was there. Maybe? Maybe?
You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya dumb. That is a first, yeah. That does not happen very often.
Never hide something from me.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
It must be, yeah.
You stated a theory earlier.
Byakuya's posturing.
You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker.
Obviously.
And then left the locker key in my own room. Correct? But could I really have done that?
Wait, the time of the body being found does not... Yeah, she gave her key to Byakuya, which would mean, yeah.
Those words you
He's
just
the one that put the thing in there.
Exactly what I said.
Okay, hold on. I gotta read this
Not the
again.
killer.
She's not the killer, sure.
You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
Okay.
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
Yeah, the proof is that he has the key, right?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room.
But that can't be right.
But could I really have done that?
Okay, I think... Yeah, I think I'm supposed to use this when he says there's proof that you didn't do the murder. I think that's what it wants from me.
The killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me.
There's proof.
Okay, I think it's this. Okay,
No,
that one is a little confusing to me.
if I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Right.
Why not?
Because she doesn't have the key.
Unless she had given her room key to Byakuya.
Because she set this whole fucking thing up.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room,
Then obviously I had no way of getting in.
And he looked in her room. Because when she didn't show up in the dining hall on the first day after Sakura's trial, he knew that she wasn't in there because he went and checked.
Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
it would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
No, that's not actually true. There's a clear contradiction. Well, yeah, how would she get in my room if... Like, if she could get into my room, she has a way to get into people's rooms without the key. But this just isn't like her. To try and save herself with such a desperate lie? Does she really feel that threatened? Because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us. The mastermind's trap. The mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko? Monokuma did say he was going to get revenge on her. This must be the attempt. But what if that's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I... The mastermind's trap? The victim was Mukuro, and Kyoko killed her? What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The mastermind's trap. You spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. We know the danger, but if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? That's what she said to me. What do I do? I have to decide right here and right now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Run away. Dude, I have to expose it. She has this planned. I know she has this planned. This lie is not going to be just something that kills her. She definitely has this planned out and she wants me to say something. I can't just let it go.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you.
Oh man, she's acting so weird. What is the plan?
So let's hear it.
Oh
Where's
no.
this lie then?
Kyoko is definitely lying. And it must be because there's some other deeper truth she wants to keep hidden. She's lying because she has a way to access people's rooms. How did she get in my fucking room?
I didn't have the key to my room because I'd given it to Byakuya.
That's right. I don't disagree with
There's
that.
no doubt about that, right?
That's correct.
Correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my
It's wrong.
No, it's wrong.
Fake.
No. Kyoko could have gotten into her room.
Same way she got into mine.
You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
Wait, what? Actually, to be precise, not quite. Oh my god, yeah, the tool! The tool that unlocks any lock in the building, yeah. Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school. That's how she got into my room.
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school. Which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Right. Which sucks, because I'm sure she was trying to hide that from Monokuma. Oh, well, he knew.
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing...
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
Oh no.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it.
No.
So I lost.
There's gotta be something. No, wait.
Then, you saying you really didn't... Kyoko, you really aren't the killer?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, time
Wait, no! Oh my god, no! No. We have to just vote at random?
Huh? I'm sorry to say, but your time is up. All done.
Dude, this is crazy. You've never called a time limit before, you fucking bastard. You know that we're on the right track, you fucker.
But that's ridiculous.
Yeah, since when is there a time limit?
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out.
Oh, I'm sure that's why.
So then, it's
You fucker.
your voting time, okay? Everyone.
It's Junko. Everyone, I'm begging you to vote for Junko. I know it's crazy, you have to believe me.
But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
Are they gonna vote for me? Wait. Because we just... I mean, no, everyone's gonna vote for Kyoko, right? Oh no, who are they voting for? Dude, I fucked up! No! Is this the bad ending? No. I mean, we're all gonna die, right? Because Kyoko didn't do it. I forgot about that. Yeah, this must be the bad ending. Wait, what? We got it right? No. Why did she? Well, fuck. No. Oh my god. Dude, no way. We got it right? Good job. You got it right. Brilliantly right. We got it right? Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial. Kyoko!
Now then,
I've prepared?
a very
Oh, shit.
special punishment.
Yeah, we're all fucking dead, right?
Let's give it everything.
Oh my god, who's dead?
Punishment
What's going on? I don't know what to expect. Oh god. Oh my god, it's actually Kyoko. Wait, Kyoko's actually the killer? No, dude. Fuck. No, wait, it's real? I wanted to be wrong so badly. Wait, what? No. Yeah, we don't get any explanation? Dude, no! My girlfriend! My second girlfriend! God damn it, now I'm gonna have to date like Hina, and she's gonna die. fuck? Dude, what? No! Why? Can I have the key at least? Wait, did she just get crushed? Was that? Oh, okay. Oh. We didn't even get to find out about why she wears the gloves and what happened. Dude, she looks so sad. Dude, what the fuck, man? Oh. Dude, this is actually, dude, the suspense of the Crusher is actually so brutal. Wait, is he teaching about sperm and eggs? Really? I must have missed that. No. Oh, dude. Fuck. Maybe I should have run away. Maybe that was the answer. It's just to run away. That's how the cut. Dude, I don't want this to be real. I want this to be wrong. I don't want Kyoko to be dead. Why? Oh. I still had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent or... Regardless, the truth was lost forever. Even for me. I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Mukuro's class trial. And in the end, it would prove to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We had obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Dude, what? Wait, what? That's it? We just agree to live here forever? What happened to Toko? Why is Byakuya so happy? Is it because Toko's dead? We just live in the school for the rest of time? That's the ending? Oh my god, and Hina has kids with everybody there? This is dystopia. What the fuck? Peace, but only inside the school. Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. Hope. Hope. Hope? This is hope?
No! This isn't right!
Oh. Oh my god, I get to make a new decision? Thank God. I'm running the fuck away. That was the bad ending? Dude, that ending is awful. That ending was actually so much worse than everyone getting executed. I'm running the fuck away. Oh, that's right. I have to. Do I expose Kyoko's lie or not? Yeah, I'm running. I'm fucking running. I want to see what happens. She's not wrong. I have to think about this very carefully. What do I do? I have to decide right here and now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Yeah, run away. No! Fuck! Running away isn't gonna solve anything. Dude, so she actually just didn't have a plan. What if I just do it again? So she just didn't have a plan. I had too much trust in Kyoko, really? I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here. Something that has to do with the Mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Well, does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room. That it was someone else.
Yeah?
But who else could it have been?
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
Right.
You! What are you trying to imply?
So, okay, now we know retroactively, that she did kill Mukuro. She did kill Mukuro. Or at least, she set this up. Dude, fuck. How do we get out of this? I'm lost now. That fucked me up.
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time.
Right.
I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
So maybe it wasn't you. Maybe it was someone else, entirely.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of.
Monokuma.
Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
Fuck! It's back to me.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I knew this case is weird, but I'm lost. Yeah, I have no idea anymore. That just fucking... I took every theory I had and threw it out the goddamn window.
I don't see any other option.
I mean, there's a certain bear that's sitting in the room with us. I'm just saying.
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong. Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
Dude, everything relies on Makoto just fucking figuring it out. Her plan the entire time is that I just miracle my way into every answer.
First of all, there's something
Maybe
off about
she's the
entire
ultimate
trial.
gambler.
You all see it, don't you?
Monokuma.
Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial.
Yeah.
And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
Okay, time's up!
Oh my god, we just got a blind vote for who the mastermind is? Or are they gonna vote for me? Having missed everything from now till the ending, I have no idea how the fuck we're going to get there. Ooh, that's fun. Going in blind makes it a lot more entertaining.
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push
Crazy.
back the start time.
He's coping so hard. He knows that we're on to him.
So then it's
Or should I say,
voting
on to
time,
her.
Okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you.
Voting time?
Are they all gonna vote for me? I genuinely have no idea how this is gonna go. But this is the only option I had. I couldn't have run away. So they have to figure it out from here. Maybe Makoto has to die for everyone to move forward.
Now, who will be chosen as
Oh,
the
do I get to vote?
Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Hey, hold on!
What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Did we kill? We couldn't have. Oh my god, they are voting for me. What? Then this must be how they figure it out. It must be that the vote is wrong, he's gonna try and kill everybody, and that's how we fucking revolt against him. That's the only thing I can think of. What? You think I'm the killer? Sorry, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You've got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job?
Yep.
Yeah, they got it right. Oh, wow. So I see. So neither me, no matter what we voted, he was going to call it right because he set the murder up. I see. Okay. No, I know that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make sense.
Hey,
It makes perfect sense.
shing.
It's the same as always. It's just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way. Yeah, Monokuma is a fucker. I knew this bitch couldn't be trusted after he killed Chihiro that second time. This bear is evil, and he deserves the worst punishment we can afford.
Thrills, chills,
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. I'll send you to freak it out. Agreed. Wait, why do I? Yoko.
I don't expect you to forgive me.
Oh shit.
I know this is all my fault.
Oh shit, she sacrificed us. Oh my god. How do we know all the previous trials weren't also framed then? Because all of them had, I mean, we don't, but we're pretty confident because the people admitted to the murders. Kyoko? This is the second time my girlfriend has basically tried to sacrifice me in order to escape. Fuck, man. Makoto's got terrible taste. He should just date Byakuya at this point. I wonder, so the intended route is that I have to witness both of these executions, and then the actual correct answer is to run away, but you can't pick it until you see the other two options. Oh, is it the same execution? Alright, that's a little bit lame. Oh, no thanks. Come on, you know that Makoto and Byakuya have to happen. No, I want Mokuhiro. Possible. I just don't see it as much. I like the black cat golden retriever relationship. It doesn't work if they're both golden retriever. Uh-oh. Oh my god, he is teaching about sperm and eggs. Dude, that's crazy. Why is he teaching that? Dirty bear. What? 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 Oh my god! Oh my god, alter ego! Oh my god! He's alive! Oh my god, he saved us! Oh my god, this is the good ending. We figured it out. Dude, alter ego's alive! Oh my god. Huh? Huh? What's this? What's going on? Hey, was that? Yeah, it had to be. Alter ego. Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when he invaded my network. Damn it all to hell! I don't believe this.
It would seem...
It seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
What the heck?
What was that?
In other words...
What I'm saying is, you shouldn't have underestimated us. Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. That stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never going to see him again. To waste away in a garbage-strewn pit. In a way, that's an even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world. Oh. He's losing it. Is he gone? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay. We're not the ones being trapped this time. Huh?
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
What did you say?
What are you talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed. Dude, Alter Ego's back! Let's fucking go! Dude, oh my god, I'm so happy. Dude, everything bad about this game just got fucking flipped around. Alter Ego isn't dead. Oh my god. Dude, thank Christ. That is the best twist they could have possibly given me. Oh, I'm so happy. I love Kyoko putting Byakuya back in his place. Yeah. Kyoko now knows what's going on. The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Isn't this what he said at the beginning of the game? Yeah, before he showed up to the gate. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings its top students in from every field imaginable. A government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a fitting name. There are 2 things you need to attend this school. 1, you have to already be attending high school. 2, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me. Huh? Oh my god, it was a dream! None of it was real! We just fell asleep in a classroom, silly Makoto! You weren't in a death game. Who's Sayaka? Who's Kyoko? What are you talking about? Let's have lunch. What? Where am I? I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk. My body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before. What the heck is going on? Oh, finally. I could finally feel my mind and body start to come back together again. And then, I was awake. Was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare? No, this isn't a dream. I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream. What an awful smell. I was in a vast, dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high across the area. This must be some kind of underground garbage pit. A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died? No, I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me. I remembered all too well what had happened. Alter Ego saved me. And he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. No, dude, fuck! Don't tell me he's dead. No, he's still around. Fuck off. So I can't give up now. For myself and for my friend. And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking for a way out of here. Obviously the door. It's locked. We need a key to get in. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked at it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be that easy. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. That was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. How can I be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are an all-around bad idea? Again, pointless. I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides. But that's still not enough reason to give up. Because I'm still alive. And as long as I'm alive, I'll never give up. After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was give up. Go to sleep. He did give up. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. Never gonna give you up. Yeah, never gonna let him down. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. G-crunch. What the? A strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake. As I watched, the pile of garbage jostled and formed an odd shape. Did something fall down over there? Something fell from up above. What could it have been? It must have been the stuff from the dining hall during nighttime. That's why you're not allowed to go in there, is because they're throwing everything out. Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down here with me.
Just a second.
A giant piece of trash? Rude. Before she even emerged from the pile of garbage, I knew who it was. My girlfriend.
It smells
This place
awful.
smells awful. The Kyoko?
Indeed.
You look like you're doing better than I expected. What are you doing here?
So,
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I'm glad to hear that, Kyoko. You've got a bit of garbage in your hair. She gave her head a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me again.
hey,
First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished. Oh, thank you. I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach. Phew, that really hit the spot. Now I've got all the energy I need to keep going. So you still haven't given up then? Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at. Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. The door! Kyoko, you can unlock it, right? I'd better talk to Kyoko. But Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
so
To pay a debt? Or, no, to atone. Atone?
you.
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So, you knew that I knew?
Indeed.
But even though I knew, I did nothing to help you. I abandoned you. Don't say that. You didn't abandon me. No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However,
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost. Why did you have to survive?
it's true.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you everything. The reason I have to survive
In other words,
is so that I can do what I came to this school to do. What? I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason. She knew about the tragedy. She had to shut down the people that were in charge. Because she's the ultimate detective. So you have some reason to come to Hope's Peak?
indeed.
That's right. At least I did, once. Once. Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot? But that's... I had no memory of what my purpose was. No memory? That's impossible. Amnesia? It's possible. Then, is it really true? You lost your memory?
Makoto.
Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at the school? The first thing? You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here. Yeah, you fell in like a portal or something crazy.
That's right.
I fainted too. And when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem.
Thinking back on it now, at that point my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to this school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was. But what would make you forget all that?
Hey,
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seems much too convenient. Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
indeed.
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory. But why would they want to do that? There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my ability. Somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. So the mastermind just stole them from you?
However,
And it could also mean, somehow, my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. So that's why she said that. She doesn't actually know anything, but she's confident that she will know. Which is why I have to get them back. It's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. But if what you said is true, why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
why is that?
If I did that, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us. What?
Correct.
Well, don't make too big a deal of it. It's just a possibility. That mastermind is fucking Junko, and we all know it, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The mastermind, one of us? If she believed that, then of course she couldn't trust anyone around her. In which case, it only makes sense that she would look into her missing memory by herself.
However,
That being said, there was a limit to what I could do by myself, which is why I asked you to help me. But why me? Because you're a naive child that would do anything a pretty girl asked. Because among everyone, you were least likely to be the mastermind. That was just intuition, but I see. Your intuition was right, though. There's no way an ordinary kid like me could have been the mastermind. I understand.
I should
The dream.
understand everything. My goal isn't to get out of here. It's to stay here.
Dream. He had deja vu. It's just like the dream I had before, but why did that just happen?
listen.
Are you okay? Oh, yeah, it's nothing. It is nothing, right? Yeah, maybe explain it to her. Maybe any bit of information you have is important, and she'll believe you no matter what it is you say.
Hey,
Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just, I'm not used to relying on others.
correct.
I know I never asked I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality. You said you had a reason for doing all that investigating on your own. So, how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything? This dream, though, why even now? I don't think I know what you mean.
So,
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability. Oh my god, she's gonna tell us she's the ultimate detective. You mentioned your ability. My ability. What everyone should have known me for. Those were two separate messages. Oh, I think I might have. I don't know. Then I don't know what the context was for that. I'm the ultimate detective. I knew it! The most obvious reveal of all time. And I got it right. The ultimate detective? Dude, it's crazy that he's surprised by this. Are you kidding me?
correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school. Who? Is it me? Is it me? Is it me? No, it's the headmaster. The headmaster's her dad. That's my other crazy theory that I think would be funny if it was real. You had to find someone? Who?
So,
Well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy. The headmaster? Why did you want to find the headmaster? Because he's my dad! Yes! I knew it! That was also pretty obvious, but that's fun. I'm glad I was right. What?
In other words,
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak's headmaster? How is it obvious? Maybe I just read too much into it. But she mentioned not having any kind of relationship with her dad, and then as soon as we started talking about who the headmaster was and why we thought he was the mastermind, she was absolutely certain that it was not him. And she was like, I have to find the headmaster at any cost. And so I was like, with all of that, it was like, it had to be her dad. There's no other reason that it would be so important to her. Then that explains when Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved. Yeah, they're about to explain everything I just said, I think. I'll find a way. Huh? No matter what it takes, I will find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost. Yeah, she was really driven about this for seemingly no reason. But there had to be a reason behind it.
So,
Kyoko, what's going on? Yeah. My memory hadn't come back at that point. But when he said that, I felt strange. I love how everything makes sense in this game. They explain things really well. I think the overarching narrative in this game is really well made. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him. That makes sense. Well, how did she recover that memory? How did she get that information back?
However,
but listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room. Then, what did you see in there?
so
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there. You mean the mastermind, right?
it's true.
That was my assumption, yes. And to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found. But why there? Because I also found this in the headmaster's room. This is some kind of map?
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room, along with Mukuro's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for faculty use. Some of the staff must have had to stay overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would also hold more clues, so I went to check. I'm gonna kill my fucking Wi-Fi, my lord. Dude, I feel that. My stream crashed about 15 minutes in. And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room. So you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there?
However,
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors. So, what was it like? That part of the school, I mean? It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we had ever imagined. What do you mean?
so
I can't explain it. You need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Aha! So there's a lot more murder in the tragedy than just what happened in that classroom. I think everybody died. Everybody died, and Mukuro caused it. That must be what it is. It sounds like it must be important, and really ominous.
however,
Oh, okay, there were no cameras and no monitors, which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building. I missed the last 10 seconds. What did I miss? She said that when she investigated the second floor dorm rooms, what she saw in there made her realize that what's going on is way more horrific than they could have ever imagined. She didn't tell us what, She said, but we had to see it for ourselves, and we would get that chance soon enough. It has to do with Mukuro Ikusaba, doesn't it?
However,
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either. I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. So then who did kill her? Fucking Junko. Say it. Say it, Kyoko.
anyway,
Fuck. What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mukuro Ikusaba was to get me killed. Get you killed?
indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared. In retaliation, they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial. It was? The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly. You mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words,
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules? That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations. Maybe the mastermind isn't as all-powerful as we thought.
hey,
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba. What's that? There was a point where Mukuro may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto. No, dude, Mukuro didn't try to kill me. No. I could have become the victim?
indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Do you mean the dream that wasn't a dream at all during the night? I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the god of death. What the fuck are you on about, Kyoko? What? I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases, just like this. Okay, so she's schizophrenic. This is what she's telling us right now. She's the ultimate detective that's also schizophrenic. Why would the headmaster be bound by any rules? Well, if the headmaster was simply... Well, not the headmaster, the mastermind. If the mastermind was simply just the student put in charge of the game, then it would make perfect sense, wouldn't it? If all of this is just an experiment by the school... I mean, shoot, maybe the tragedy wasn't a tragedy at all. Maybe that's just how they cover up the death games that they're doing. Maybe this is the school. There's plenty of possibilities.
Anyway,
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow across the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However,
That wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... Whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of a mastermind, in an attempt to use the class trial to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Mukuro is also the mastermind, right? Junko.
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. That's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try and kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right. That is a contradiction. And it's not just Mukuro. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So, what does it all mean?
In other words,
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more, and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the other ultimate despair. Why'd they try and kill Makoto? I don't fully get it either. The other ultimate despair? There's no doubt that Mukuro is the ultimate despair, and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not?
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about what happened a year ago. The biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. Okay, so this would line up. This would line up with what I thought. Kind of. My theories are getting mixed together. But one theory that I had was that the mastermind, that Mukuro was the one who caused the tragedy. The tragedy was simply just a mass murder of one of the victims of this death game trying to break out. They killed the staff and the people working for the school that put them in the death game, and then it got covered up by the school just calling it a psycho tragedy, when in reality, the person wasn't psycho at all, they were just trying to escape the game. And as punishment, they were forced to become the mastermind of someone else's game, and that's us. And the mastermind is Mukuro. Mukuro and somebody, I imagine. It's so like red yarn line on the wall, like conspiracy theory. It's so interwoven and complicated. But I think that might be it. And this kind of supports that. The tragedy. Whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair? It's getting complicated? I don't know. I think it's been complicated for a while.
It would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Then they're, make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. That is the ultimate despair, and that is our real enemy. Oh my god, we're done with chapter 5. Nobody died. Hey, let's go! That's the first time in a long time. We made it through a chapter and no one died. A Dream Island rocket present. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, that's safe. The ultimate despair. A group of people who caused the tragedy 1 year ago. Those same people put together this killing game and began broadcasting it around the world. The most desperately awful group of people ever. That is the mastermind's true identity. Our enemy has finally been revealed. Okay, I know we just finished the chapter. I kind of wanted to stream a little longer, so I think I'm going to stream about an hour, and we're just going to get into this chapter as much as we can within that hour. And then maybe, honestly, we just finish the game tomorrow. That's what I'm thinking. But we'll play it by ear. We'll see how far we can get. Because who knows, maybe this one's a little shorter. We'll see. But we'll play it out one more hour. But right now, we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come later. Yeah, you're right. Can you use the lock thing on the door? It's locked, but we have a way to open this door. Kyoko, do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. I think both last chapters are pretty long. Okay, then maybe we don't finish it tomorrow. Maybe we just do as much as we can. It's an absolutely vital part of ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
That's right. Then we should be able to use it on that door, right? Hey, Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Kyoko took out the key with the Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then, click. Yes, it opened!
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. We did it. We made it out. Finally. We were finally free. Well, there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief, because the real fight had just begun. That's way too practical. Yeah. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. After leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up, like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Oh my god, dude, I would never be able to do this. I am very, very afraid of heights. The ladder was impossibly long. I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. Also, why are they upskirting Kyoko? What the hell's going on? The passage was so dark and cramped, I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey,
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Yeah, I'll be careful. Now that you said that, I'm getting kinda nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it. So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. Are you seeing anyone? You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So, how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
so
Ever since I can remember. I come from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. Yeah, thanks for the tip. Yeah, don't fall. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family's always seen it that way. Then, is your family famous?
wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Huh? But how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So,
Right.
because we take pride in it. Pride?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of old-fashioned, and I can't say it's entirely rational. But it's our family creed, and we do what we must to protect it. Because, like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains... Before I came here, when I was looking up info about the school online, I never saw anything about her. Because she hid herself on purpose, to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. Huh? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. But the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it was because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? There's no shame in that.
what?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. I was gonna fucking murder him. Huh? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it? She's gonna bring him into justice for what's going on in Hope's Peak.
so
I want to sever all ties with him. Oh shit, what? Sever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented. He had a promising future,
however,
but he had no interest in detective work. So he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died, and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather, and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. I'm sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
Right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression. So I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative and more emotional. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one more thing. There's one thing I cannot forgive. Really?
so
The way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we are no longer family. In order to settle the past. In order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But your family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? I agree with that. I think way too many people get hung up on family has to be family. Fuck no. Your family sucks, fuck them. Only connected by blood, not by heart and soul? I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond. So instead, I said nothing. Kind of stupid backstory? I don't know. I kind of like it. It makes sense. Makes a lot of sense. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. We're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come out. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reach my hand up and push against the hatch. The hatch opened with ease, and so... looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. The place that tried to kill me. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Dude, I wonder, I mean, obviously they're gonna try and kill me, right? I'm supposed to be executed. By the rules, I should be dead. So can I really hang out in here? I should ask Kyoko. What do we do now? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but if the mastermind finds out... And I'm worried about you, too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Yeah, of course.
So
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Wait, that's...
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out. And it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry. What you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. The mastermind is ensnared? You said something like that before. What does it mean? I think what she's talking about is the viewers. The people that are watching our death game as like a reality TV show. If Monokuma starts breaking the rules and starts killing us at random, then what reason would the viewers have to watch the show? Right? Because the mastermind can just do whatever they want, then it's no fun. When there are rules, then the viewers can figure out what's going to happen themselves. I think that's what it's going to be.
So...
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Mukuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was?
Right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. I'm still a little, super uneasy about this. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. To the gym. I'm not following her, really? Dude, I would trust her with everything. I mean, she's my girlfriend. She'd never let me down. Except that one time she almost let me get executed. But we're gonna forget about that. I'm a forgiving guy. Oh, you're not following the reasoning? I think it has something to do with what I said. It's the viewers. The people watching the TV show wouldn't like, they clearly like the rules. They want to see how we react to the rules put in place. If Monokuma started breaking those rules and doing whatever he wants, it wouldn't be entertaining for the viewers. And I think ultimately everything is for the viewers. Hey! Kyoko, I don't mind so much. But Makoto's supposed to be dead! What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay? You were supposed to be punished! Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do? If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta punish you again, and this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko, do whatever you feel you have to. Oh no! She did it to us again! What?
However...
But before you do, let me just say one thing. If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right? What? Huh? I lose? You, explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
Because...
Well, you set this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
In other words...
I was supposed to be chosen as the Blackened and then executed, right? Hey, what are you talking about?
However...
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting. Because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that. Oh my god, is Byakuya the mastermind? What?
Right.
And in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the Blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation. No, more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
However...
But then there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter Ego. Alter Ego. You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
Am I wrong?
Now, here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro. You did.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the Blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the Blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well,
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Don't just say it like that. What is this, a comedy routine? To make such bold claims without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I can guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there's only ever one absolute truth. And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type?
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
what the heck?
And that's supposed to convince me to in the evidence. Wait, and that's supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to yes, I was right. If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Huh?
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope. Grrr.
Hey,
Of course, you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Oh shit. If you want to earn our despair fair and square,
that's what we have to
then
do.
I suggest you take my advice. So, what's this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over again. Only this time you follow the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown.
Oh
One final battle between hope
Oh
and despair.
fuck. She's fucking throwing the gauntlet, throwing the gloves off. It's fighting time.
Hey,
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial. One last showdown. In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer, of the mastermind themselves. But what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? Pride? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Yep. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Barry?
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So, time for bear jokes. Now, what you've suggested might be plausible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
in other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed. Then we still have a shot at this.
bear it!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitted end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school. If you can do that, then that'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you.
it's true.
That's what I've been trying to do all along. Okay, well good. Then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mysteries of the school, then you win. But if you can't do all that, we'll all face execution, right? Yeah, I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has all turned out.
Hey,
But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
Yeah, I remember that for sure. So what?
hey,
I just wanted to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement? You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? Then it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro is a student in the game! It's fucking Junko! Yeah? It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Why'd he go all quiet all of a sudden? I'm done talking. I got nothing left to say to you. So get lost, would you? Why so mad?
Whew.
He seems emotionally unstable. Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. I need to start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair. Oh.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto. Let's go. Okay. Dude, I am 10,000% convinced it's Junko. Junko is the mastermind controlling Monokuma. I'm so convinced I would be willing to put unfathomable amounts of money on it. It's the only explanation. There's nobody else. There's nobody else possible that could be controlling Monokuma and working with all of us, unless Bonnie is right and it's the mecha theory. Fuck, that is possible. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away. And just like that, we were out of the gym. I could hardly believe it, but somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
however,
Don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true.
whew,
But still, I'm glad it worked out. Yes, dude! She's into us! I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. No, it's about us. It's about us. Don't read that. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they? Kyoko's way too based. How big are her balls? Yeah, no, need wheelbarrows to get him out of the room.
so,
They had no choice but to accept. Huh?
because,
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. Dude, I think it's when the mastermind told us that people are watching. In that moment, that was when everything started to fall apart. Because us having that knowledge gives us the power. I think one of you guys in chat actually said this, but Somebody mentioned the idea of like once everybody knows that they're in the game. Bonnie said it. It was the South Park episode. Once everybody knows that they're involved in the game, it doesn't become fun anymore. I think that might be true.
So,
I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school life to the outside world, right? Yeah, they definitely said that.
listen.
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable.
Indeed.
You don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow, the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so,
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost. Us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
it would seem.
The mastermind had been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. So the mastermind must be someone. Oh my god, the mastermind must be someone who killed another person in Hope's Peak Academy and has to prove that it's the academy that forces everybody to kill each other and not that they were crazy. It's somebody who is involved in the tragedy that's the mastermind and is now showing the world that it was actually a product of the environment and not a product of the murderer. Oh my god. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody. You're back. How much did you miss, Bonnie? Do you need me to fill you in on a bunch? Of hearing your 1,000 theories. I like coming up with theories. It's actually, I did this with my sister. I watch a lot of anime, and my sister recently started watching a lot of anime, and one of them that she watched was Attack on Titan. And one of the things, I've seen the show before, and she hasn't. One of the things that I found really fun about it was progressively throughout the show, as she was watching it, writing down her theories about what might be happening in the show. Because if you ever seen the show before, it's like it's a mystery show. There's a ton of unexplained, questions that you get throughout watching the whole thing. And eventually the puzzle pieces unravel. So you get the bad ending on the left? Okay, I'll fill you in. But I really, really enjoy getting somebody's theories on what they think might happen. Because seeing it gives you a glance into like how they think and how they understand the things they see. And I think that's really cool. So I think there's a lot of like coming up with theories, whether it's you or whether it's someone else. I think there's a lot of fun in that. So that's why I do it. That's why I try to explain everything. I like knowing the answer. But what's more fun is being able to try and figure out the process. And being wrong is kind of cool too. Because then it's like, oh my god, I never considered that. Okay, so here's what happened, Bonnie, since you left. We chose the other option, which was, well, I chose to run away. And then they're like, no, I can't run away. So then I chose the other option, which was not saying anything. And what doing that did was that everybody was like, okay, well then it couldn't have been Kyoko because she doesn't have the key. And then Monokuma was like, what? Time's up. You have to vote for somebody. And so everyone voted for me. And I got fucking executed. But, oh yeah, wait, you were there. Yeah, you were there when Alter Ego saved me. Yeah, I think so. I think I remember you saying something. But yeah, Alter Ego saved me from the execution. And then I fell into the garbage pit. Oh, you weren't there? Oh, fuck. But yeah, Alter Ego showed up, and Alter Ego saved me. Apparently, they're still alive. They fucking hijacked the execution, and I didn't get crushed, and instead I just got thrown into the garbage pit. And then the next, I hung out there for a day, and I was stranded. And the next day, Kyoko just fucking showed up with other garbage. I guess she just jumped down the fucking chute or something. So, we talked, and she explained that, she didn't kill Mukuro. And I didn't kill Mukuro, so it must have been the mastermind. And the whole trial was a setup to try and get rid of her because she knew too much. And it failed, and that's why I had to die. And so she explained to me that everybody here, or at least she had her memories erased, because she came to this school with the sole purpose of finding the headmaster. Because the headmaster is her dad, and she is the ultimate detective. And because of that, when she arrived at the school, they erased that part of her memory. And it wasn't until recently that she got that part of her memory back and remembered what was going on. I'm trying to remember, what else is there? She comes from a long line of famous like super detectives, but they're not famous. They're like actually kind of concealed in the world. They don't want to be well known. But her dad left that family because he didn't want to be a detective, and he abandoned her. And her mom was dead, so she was basically just raised by her grandparents. And she's actually, her whole life, she wants to be a detective. She's proud of being a detective. But everybody in her family always looks at her like, oh, that poor girl that got abandoned by her dad. But she's glad that her dad abandoned her, because if he didn't, she never would have been a detective. So she's hunting him down to basically tell him to fuck off, that she doesn't want anything to do with him anymore. So we both escaped through the garbage place into that hatch that's in the garbage room that we went into in the early trials. And that's how we got back into the school. And the first thing we did was track down Monokuma and be like, bro, I want to talk. Because technically, I'm supposed to be dead. But lo and behold, I'm not dead. So we wanted to figure out what he was going to do. So he showed up in the gym and he talked to us. And we basically, Kyoko said, hey, we know that trial was unfair. We know that you killed Mukuro, and we want a chance at a fair trial to prove it. And if we're wrong and we can't prove that you killed Mukuro, then you can kill everyone here. But if we're right, then we get to, you're executed because that's your rules. And Monokuma agreed. Because she said, if Monokuma just killed Makoto because, he was the one that was voted out and he was... Oops. I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to ban the bot. She said that because Makoto was innocent and he tried to have him executed, then if Monokuma just killed Makoto, that would be breaking the rules. And the people watching our death game, like a reality TV show, would be pissed. Because then, if he can just do whatever he wants, there's no stakes in the show. So Monokuma had to agree to the trial. And that's about where we are now. Also, oh yeah, what he said... So are you willing to play visual novels that are dating games? Sure, I have no problem with that at all, actually. Listen, one of my most watched genres of anime are romance anime, so I won't say that I'm opposed to that idea at all. Wait, Alter Ego saved you? Yes. Alter Ego did save us. He isn't dead, yeah! He just showed up and he hacked the computer that was controlling the crusher, so we didn't get crushed. What about Our Life? Is that the name of a game? Our Life? He's actually gonna die 3 times. Don't think like that. Don't think like we're gonna get Monokuma. Love in Deep Space, is that also a romance visual novel? I've never, this and Project Eden's Garden are the first visual novels I've ever played. So I've never even really heard of any others. Yes, Our Life has a second game in the works. Okay, shit, let me write it down. Is it just called Our Life? Stream ideas. Our Life, okay. Oh, and fuck, I keep forgetting to write it down. Blue, what is that? Fuck, what is, it's like Zero Escape? Is that the name of the game you keep telling us about? I keep forgetting to write it down. Love in Deep Space is a gacha game? Oh no. Oh no. But yeah, that's pretty much all the information. That's what you missed. I hope that made sense and actually tracked. I know it was kind of a lot that happened. But basic. Oh my god, and I got distracted. I know only Zero Time Dilemma, which is in the Zero Escape series. Okay. So the series is called Zero Escape. There may be multiple games. Okay. I'll write that down. But the other massive piece of information that Monokuma gave us is because we're having a fair trial for Mukuro, it means that according to the rules, you can only have a trial if a student is killed by another student. So whoever the mastermind is has to be a student. So it's fucking Junko. It's Junko, or the mech theory is alive. But it's one of the two. And that was the biggest piece of information that we got. And that's what's going to turn this whole thing around. Mech theory is alive. I am so blindly confident in the Junko theory, but mech theory is like a looming evil in the back of my mind. It's always possible. I think Love in Deep Space is basically a dating sim with some kind of backstory, and yeah, definitely some gacha. Maybe I don't understand. I don't understand what a gacha game is. I thought the whole thing was like you roll for loot boxes. Isn't that the gacha thing? If you want to play Our Life, I have all the DLC installed. Instead of paying for it, we could always collab. That way you save money. Oh, that could be cool. Yeah, that way I don't have to buy the game. I could definitely be interested in that. That sounds kind of sick. They brought back Alter Ego and they need to kill a student now. No, it's not gonna be fucking Alter Ego. Dude, if they kill, I told you, if they kill Alter Ego a third time, I'm uninstalling. I'm not playing a second more. I do not back down from things that I say. I will uninstall this game. I will not do it. If they kill Alter Ego a third time, this game is dead to me. I might not even play the second one. I'd really have to think about it. But it's Junko. We know it's Junko, so we don't have to worry about it at all. Okay, so the Mastermind's ultimate goal is to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. Oh yeah, and this is what they're talking about. This is how I got to this. No, they don't do it a third time. I fucking hope so. So this is the other thing I talked about. When you were first coming in, I swear you should play the next game. I've heard the second one is really good. But if they kill Alter Ego a third time, I don't know if I can stand for that. You know, someone's got to resist. So when you came back, Bonnie, this is what I was talking about. So what Kyoko is saying right now, and what it's leading me to believe, is that whoever the student is, that is the mastermind, is trying, they have to show the world about this killing game. They have a very, very strong reason that they need the world to see this killing game and see us killing each other. What I believe is the case is that the mastermind is the person who committed the tragedy in Hope's Peak Academy. And what they need is they need to prove that the reason they killed everybody in Hope's Peak is because Hope's Peak made them do it, not because they are a psycho murderer. And in order to prove that to the world, they have to broadcast this killing game and show them that if left to these devices, that is why they, you know, everybody would do what they did. Everybody would just decide to try and kill everyone because that's what people do. That's what I believe. When you learn that reason, oh, the reason why they had to broadcast this, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued. But that's my belief. That's my theory. Whoever is the mastermind, Junko, is the person who committed the tragedy from like a year ago and killed everybody. And I believe they killed everybody in an attempt to try and escape the same death game that we're in right now. I think Hope's Peak Academy is designed to do these death games. I think that was the function from the beginning. And that's the theory. Just a game theory, you know? Call me Matt Pat. But why? It's hard not to say anything. I know, right? You just have to sit there and just like, you either be like, wow, I can't believe he got it, or be like, dude, what a fucking idiot. But either way, it's difficult.
Correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept. You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who represent hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. Dude, I might be wrong, fuck. Or maybe she's wrong, even though she's never been wrong before. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right. It is ridiculous. Completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto.
I know how angry it must make you, and yet, that same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
In other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world, the mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored the rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least, that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Dude, this is what my job feels like. I deal with insurance, like my job directly, like insurance pays for it, and this is how I feel. As much as they hate me, I'm not breaking any of their regulations. They have to pay for these things. And so we are allowed to do them. This is what I do every day of my life. Junko broke the rules, so she was punished. But in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me. Was she punished?
Right.
Was she actually punished, Kyoko? Or was it fake? Or was it just for show to demonstrate the power of the rules? I'm not so sure. So instead, they tried to use the class trial, following all their proper rules, to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be a killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge? Can I say something about the magazine and the one who died? What magazine? Like the one from like Sakura? I'm not sure what magazine you mean. I don't want to spoil anything in the rest of the game. Oh, Junko. Oh, the girl that's in the magazines? Okay. Try... If it's something about Junko, that's fine, but try not to spoil anything. I really want to avoid, because I think I'm right. And I really, really want to avoid finding out if I'm right or not, because the feeling of satisfaction if I am right will be so great. I would say avoid spoiler. Yeah. If you can say it without spoiling anything, you know, absolutely, I have no issues with that. But if it's a spoiler, I would bite the tongue. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got that chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. Okay, I will avoid, just remember that. Okay. then the thing you were gonna say is that it's definitely not Junko. Fuck. No. I don't think that's gonna stop me. I don't think anything in the world could put me off of the Junko theory other than finding out it was the mecha theory. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
Wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She is the ultimate gambler. Mech Theory has no holes. Dude, it's actually frightening how solidly Mech Theory holds up. It's scary. I cannot disprove it. So it just has to sit there until we find out what the actual theory is. It will either be proven or disproven when we find out what the actual answer is. And until then, we cannot disprove it. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? As Kyoko seemed to know so much about that pretended group of despair. Yeah, I mean, there is a world where Kyoko is the mastermind. It's possible. I think the odds of it are very low, but it would fill in some of the gaps. It would fill in how somebody could be a part of the group and be controlling Monokuma at the same time. Especially if Mukuro was also working with the mastermind. It would fill in some of the holes, but I don't think it's very likely. At the very beginning when learning about Junko, are you just talking about that she's like the magazine like person, like she's the like fashionista or whatever? I forgot what she was the ultimate of, like the ultimate model or something like that. Yeah, you were just describing her, right? Plus, if I'd showed my uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic.
However,
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time,
correct.
or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. If we can't defeat the mastermind, it'll cost us our lives. There's no option except to win.
Hey,
But before we begin the final battle, we have to tell the others what's going on. True, but now we know who our real enemy is. All we have to do now is work together with everyone to destroy the mastermind. Work together with everyone.
however,
Is that really possible? Huh?
anyway,
Right now we have to go find the others.
shall we go?
They're probably in their dorms somewhere. Shall we go? Let's get them. Start banging on the doors. Everybody wake the fuck up! I'm alive! I would say lose once. You get to see getting if you only lose this time. What is that? I'm not sure what that means. How is Kyoko not broken a rule? She's just ruining the whole game. No, she's smart as fuck. Oh, you only get to see the ending if you lose this time? Is there an ending for like everybody in the group getting killed? Because I guess I could like intentionally try to get that. I've had it a couple times where I failed and they voted for me, but then I just like continued the trial and was like, whoopsies. If that's the case, yeah, I could just intentionally fail one to see what the ending is, and then try to find the real answer. I did get the ending where Kyoko got killed. I did get that. But I imagined, in my head, I imagined that the bad ending would just have been everyone getting executed because we didn't vote for the Blackened. Oh, that's what you were talking about? Oh, okay, yeah. And it should be fine, yeah. Should be good. Alright, who's alive? Definitely not. Oh, Byakuya. Good morning, sleepyhead. This is Byakuya's room. Is he inside?
Hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Nobody's died in like 3 chapters? That's not true. Sakura died in chapter 4. And Alter Ego. Even though it got retconned, I mean, Alter Ego still died. It was an execution. Both robots? That don't you dare. There were tears shed for that robot. Jesus, everyone's fucking dead, huh? This is Hina's room. Is she inside?
hey,
I don't think she's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. Jesus, man. Everybody's fucking dead. This is Hiro's room. Is he inside?
hey,
I don't think he's here. Come on, we need to keep looking. And maybe in the dining hall then? That is like the place that they all meet up. Unless they've all been killed. Uh-oh. I think it's maybe the eating place. Yeah. This is the meeting spot. And suddenly we were greeted with... Oh my lord. I don't think I can say that out loud, Monokuma. That's against TOS. You again. Oh my... Is brother malfunctioning? Is he broken?
whew.
I suppose his emotional instability has reached its limit. Oh. I just thought he was swearing. I'm not gonna lie. Jeez, what the heck?
However,
I wonder what that was all about. I couldn't help but let out a sigh of relief. Ah!
Is that
Oh my
Makoto?
god, my friends in Byakuya. Wow!
You guys!
It is! There's no two ways about it. That's Makoto.
Yay! Hi guys! So can you tell me about the bad ending you got to see if it's the right one? Yeah, it was just Kyoko being executed. It was in that trial I just finished. I called out her lying, and then she was like, "Welp, I guess that's it. I'm fucked." And then everyone voted for her. And then she got the execution with the crusher in the classroom. And then she just died, and that was it. And then we went back. I don't know if that's the actual, like, bad ending. If you fail here, there's a different ending? Okay, that's what I imagined. That ending sucked. It actually was really bad, though. I guess there was more to it, because, like, we all ended up staying in Hope's Peak Academy forever, and Hina basically gave birth to a child from everybody. Oh, and Toko died, I guess? Yep. Oh, yeah, that's the one? Yeah, I forgot about that part. I didn't really want to remember that, I think. Because that ending was horrifying. That was worse than all of us just being executed, for sure. That's the ending? Okay, yeah.
You survived?
Jeez, you're like a stubborn little cockroach, you know that?
Yeah, well, I'll cock your
I'm just asking to make sure, but you're not a ghost, right?
Shit, he caught me. Shit, fuck. Everyone was there. All my friends who had struggled together. And Byakuya. As soon as I saw their faces, I couldn't help myself. I started to tear up. Byakuya only looks mildly annoyed that we're alive. Yay! Friendship!
What?
Wait, what's that smell?
What the heck?
Yeah, man, that seriously stinks. It's Makoto. He smells like a wet dog. Now they rushed the anime, but I would say it's worth the watch. I did hear that there was an anime. Is it the same story as this, just like fully animated? Because legitimately, that could be kind of fun to watch. I'm not going to lie. Yes? Oh, dude, I might. Ooh, that could be kind of fun. It just essentially fills in the gameplay with just an animated story. That seems kind of sick. What do you mean by it's rushed? Is like the animation not great? Or is it like they like cut out some of the story elements? Also, Toko, don't shoo me away. The fuck? No, the story? Okay. I see. Interesting. Yeah, I might have to check that out. In a flash, my tears dried up. Hey guys, what the fuck? Look, you stink. Are you rotten? Rotten physically, mentally? Every way you can be rotten. Sorry, I was rolling around in garbage for a while. The smell is... What the fuck, Toka? What the fuck, Toka? Dude, bro, you're fucked. You are weird. I win. Man sent. She seems happy for some reason. Okay. The second anime based on this should be watched after playing the second game. Okay. Do they have a third one for the third game? So what have you guys been doing while I was gone? Well, we figured that since the trial was over, we'd have to access new places again. And no dice. All the rooms that were locked before were still locked. So there weren't any new areas. And where can I go to find new clues? Obviously the second floor dorms, dummy. No, there's no third anime? I still can't believe you survived. Yeah, me either. Do you realize why it is you escaped execution? It was Alter Ego. He saved my life.
That's right.
Not too many people can say they had their lives saved by a computer program. I imagine it was a learning experience for you. Just shut up and kiss me already. We know you want to.
Yo.
Let's just skip to the JRPG spin-off where all the characters wear swimwear. What? Byakuya? Kodo, what was it like hanging out in the spirit world? I didn't go to the spirit world.
You know?
Did you get to talk to her? Who? Miss Cleo. No, I didn't talk to her. I mean, I didn't go to the spirit world. I mean, who the heck is Miss Cleo? Oh, warn you, the second anime switches between parts of the story, so it's confusing. Oh, so it's not like linear storytelling. It goes like back and forth between like two different time periods or something like that. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's no issue. Have you guys ever heard of the movie Memento? It's a Christopher Nolan movie. It's about this detective who has short-term memory loss. Yeah, that's one of my favorite movies ever. And the entire movie is... I saw the second half of it. Well, okay, then yeah, so you know the movie. Yeah, you basically got the movie. Did it make much sense? Yeah, no, it's like one of my favorite movies ever, but it is like the prime example of non-linear storytelling. The entire movie is like the guy has short-term memory loss. So anytime something happens to him, he takes a picture on a Polaroid and he writes down on the Polaroid what he needs to remember about it. So then when he loses his memory, he just looks at all these pictures so he can figure out what's going on. And so this guy has to solve a murder case with this memory problem. Yeah, and he's got a bunch of shit about himself tattooed on him. Yeah. And so that movie is confusing as fuck. So if I can make it through that movie, I'm sure I can make it through anything. Yeah, that movie's great. If you guys have never seen that movie, I'd recommend it. It is super amazing. One of my favorites. Although I haven't seen Interstellar, so you know, there are some good Christopher Nolan. Also, The Dark Knight is probably my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. He's got some good ones. Can't wait for The Odyssey.
Makoto.
There's no time to indulge in an extended happy reunion. It always comes back to Two-Face. I'm a fan of Harvey Dent. I'm a massive Batman fan. I don't know if I've brought that up on this stream before. I love Batman. We need to explain to everyone what happened with Monokuma.
Yes.
Explain? Explain what? Interstellar's based. I've heard it's so incredibly good. I just have not set aside time to watch it. And I kind of have had it spoiled for me. I don't know exactly how the events lead up to that moment, but like I know the ending, kind of. I just gotta watch it one day. Can't wait till you see the ending. Fuck. I am so curious to see what the end of this is. Is it okay that you're here? What if the mastermind catches you?
It's true.
That's related to what I have to tell you all. I need to tell you all about the last class trial. Last class trial?
In other words,
We're going to redo Mukuro's trial. What? Seriously?
How about that?
What's the point of redoing it? Makoto killed her, right? Yeah, wait, how do you guys think that I killed her and then I walk in the dining hall and you're just like, oh, hey, Makoto? Like, wouldn't you be like, oh my god, it's that fucking murderer and not go near me? Like, what? No, I didn't do it. Like I keep telling you.
wrong.
Makoto isn't the killer. And of course, it's not me or any of you. Then who was it?
I see.
What she's saying is, it was all the work of the mastermind. What? You're saying the mastermind killed Mukuro?
That's right.
That's right. It was all an elaborate trap contrived by the mastermind. Makoto spotted the trap in time and did what he had to stop it.
However,
But his decision meant that he would be the one to die.
What did you say?
You spotted the trap? Did you, Makoto? You make it sound like it was easy. I just, lied. So that my girlfriend wouldn't be murdered. God, he's done. How did he live this long? Oh god, he's dumb. Yeah. But executing Makoto, who wasn't the Blackened, is a clear violation of the school regulations. The rules state that only the Blackened is to be executed. The mastermind broke their own rules. Which is why I went and negotiated with them to have the trial one more time. And the mastermind agreed? Does that mean they really did break the rules? They had no choice but to agree. You used the TV broadcast to gain the leverage you needed, didn't you?
correct.
Very observant of you.
Naturally.
I recall what you said at the end of the last trial. When you said now it's the mastermind that's ensnared. That's what you were referring to.
Don't be mean.
Hey, I'm totally in the dark here. For anyone who doesn't understand, you can ask Kyoko to explain it again later. So, knowing all this, what do we do now? Like I said, dumb. Yeah, he's not the sharpest crayon in the box. The sharpest tool in the shed. We had a guy that was in here at the very, very start of the stream that was like, I'm just here for Yasuhiro. I was like, dude, that's crazy that you're not the first person in this chat that just really fucking loves Hiro.
About that.
It's about who killed Mukuro, right? So our job is to expose the mastermind? But there's more to it than that, correct? Yeah. For us to win this time, we have to solve every last mystery surrounding the school. Every last mystery? But we've been looking around all this time and we still don't know anything, right? Yeah, Hero Smash. Yeah, there's the other one that I was talking about. The other person in my chat that loves Hero.
Anyway,
Everyone's got their tastes. I don't like the dumb ones as much. I can't get past the hair. I actually kind of like the hair. I'm not even gonna lie. I just don't like that he's dumb. And maybe is that shallow of me? I don't know. You've probably guessed already, but if we lose this time, everyone dies. Yeah, actually that's true. I imagine it gets hella crusty. That's probably fair. I think you'd be right.
Oh no!
Everyone? Hey, who said you could agree to those terms without talking to the rest of us. I'm fine with things the way they are. I'm fine living here forever with Master. He's nice dumb, not annoying dumb. Yeah, but I think like it would be exhausting for me to keep up with someone being dumb in general. I'm dumb enough for the both of us, I think. I don't need a partner who's dumb also. He probably doesn't smell good either. He does kind of give off that vibe, right? I need caregiving, strolling Stu. I have a really hard time figuring out what emotion Stu is supposed to convey, but he does make me laugh every time I see him. Also, this is fiction. IRL, I prefer non-dumb people. Wow, really? That's interesting that you are into him despite him being dumb, despite that not being your type. IRL. He brings a smile to my face too. Yeah, dude, he's cute. I like him. I just want to like pat him on the head. I, meanwhile, want to get out of here as soon as humanly possible. Anyway, at this point, the only way for us to survive is to unravel the truth.
Interesting.
Smash does not equal crush or love. Yeah, but I feel like I cannot separate those emotions. If I'm not like into somebody, like I can't really feel that way. Also, yeah, Blue, isn't it like 3 a.m.? What the? Come on! Oh, come on, man! I see. That's this smug face. I think he's talking about. I think he's just talking about Byakuya. In other words, one decisive final battle. A rather interesting development, I'd say. But figuring out who the mastermind is, and how they killed Mukuro, and all the school's mysteries, it's a pretty tall frickin' order. Maybe, but this time the trial is different. We know who our enemy is now. So if we work together and search as hard as we can, I'm sure we'll solve all those mysteries. I go by any pronoun? Okay, cool. I did not want to. I did not want to mess that up. I'm not so sure about that. Huh? I can't agree with the idea of working together with everyone. Oh, because one of us could be the mastermind? Oh shit. Any all chat? It's my preferred way of typing in League of Legends, in the any all chat. You can't agree? Why not? I mean, working together with everyone seems like the most obvious way to solve all the mysteries.
Indeed.
Not League. Man, League is fun, man. I'm not gonna lie. League's very fun. As long as you don't take it crazy seriously. Which I guess I'm about to, but until then. But also I'm built different, so like, you know. That's what I thought too, at first. Until Monokuma gave us that little hint of his. Hint? It's one of the students. It's a very polarizing approach, I know. But okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. Sure, I told you this already, but this killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. Someone in this building is the mastermind. Oh, it's not 3, it's only 4. Oh, that's much better. That's great, Blue. Jesus. That's alright, it's about that time, so at some point I'll just save and stream here and then continue tomorrow. So happy 26 followers. Have I said that before? I appreciate that. We're halfway, if I remember right, to affiliate. So that's pretty sick. I hope we can get to 50. And then we can do things. Honestly, I don't really know what getting affiliate does, but I'm sure it like gives you a lot more options. I can make the chat a little bit of a nicer place, I think.
I see.
Should raid other small streamers. I should. I don't know how to do it. If you want the sweat strats, where you just raid other people so that they watch you. Oh, it's literally that simple. Slash raid and then you just type in the person. That's funny. Monokuma said that, did he? Channel points and subs? Oh, okay, that's cool. The channel points is huge, actually. I think not having channel points sucks. Like, there's so much of a motivation for me watching streams. Oh, VIP badges? Oh, that's sick. Dude, all of you could have VIP badges. Ads? Oh, no. Oh my god, having to manage ads would be so annoying. Because I don't just want them to run randomly. Oh, that does kind of suck, actually. But I mean, I guess you make money off it, right? So it's like a way to monetize. Yeah, I guess. It still kind of sucks. Huh? But why?
So in other words,
If the mastermind really is the one who killed Mukuro, as Kyoko says, then the mastermind would have had to set foot in this school, right? Doesn't Twitch put ads on non-affiliate streams anyway? I don't know. I mean, you guys are the viewers, right? Do you get any ads? They're starting to give ads to everyone, not just those who reach 50? Wait, that's crazy. Those fuckers. Then I guess it would just be a net positive at that point, right? If there's going to be ads, I might as well make money on the ads. That does kind of suck. Monokuma could probably murder Mukuro, but there's no way he could have disguised the scene like that.
in other words,
But according to Monokuma, the only people who have set foot in Hope's Peak are the 16 students who have been taking part in the killing game. Then the mastermind is one of the... There were 15 of us. Wait, there were 15 of us in the main hall at the very beginning. Add in Mukuro and you get 16. Junko, I see you, Junko. Using ad block? Yeah, that's smart. You know, I've never used ad block, but I mean, it seems helpful, yeah? It just blocks all the ads. So the mastermind would have to be one of them?
that's right.
And of those 16 people we started out with, the only ones still alive are the people standing right here. Need I continue, or do you get it now? Well, you might not necessarily be correct, Byakuya. Maybe there's one or two people that could still be alive that you didn't know about. You're saying the mastermind is one of us?
No way!
You can't be serious. Wait, we can't say for sure that's true yet. Can also remove cookie ban. I have no idea what that means. I have literally no clue. Monokuma might have just said that all to confuse us.
Indeed.
It's certainly a possibility, but only one among many. The mastermind being one of us is also a possibility. And that is one possibility we can't ignore. Yeah, I mean, they're an ultimate, right? The ultimate despair. So they must be a high schooler. Oh, the accept cookie. I don't know what it does, though. I'm not gonna lie. Normal ad blocks don't work on Twitch? Wait, really? Twitch is anti-ad block? You can't say it's not possible. But if one of us was the mastermind, they'd have to be controlling Monokuma somehow, right? But did you ever see anyone acting suspicious anytime Monokuma was active?
Well,
Maybe they snuck off and controlled him in secret.
but
I don't care how sneaky you are, we would have noticed someone sneaking off that many times.
I'm right?
And maybe Monokuma was on autopilot. Maybe they loaded up all the dialogue and actions beforehand. In that case, there's no way he could have had all those back and forth conversations with us. Well, it wouldn't be entirely impossible if they directed the flow of the conversation. Well, maybe, but still. Oh, nighttime.
You've all probably figured this
Oh.
out by now, but at this point, the killing game has now entered true ending mode.
Oh, shit.
So, in the name of fairness, I will unlock.
Oh my god,
every
the
room
floor
in the
2
school.
dorms. And the data. Oh, well, you already got in the data lab. But the bio lab.
Look wherever you want. Solve the
What's in the
mystery
bio lab?
Whatever way you see fit. Then we can all meet up at the class trial, okay?
Okay. Jesus, we get it, bro. Okay, chill. How very magnanimous of him to unlock all the rooms.
That's fine.
The time for talk is done. Now we need to begin our investigation. But I was planning on working alone from the beginning anyway. Yeah, I bet you were, huh?
In
Fuck
the
you.
name of my family.
At this point, I can only rely on myself, on the Togami blood flowing through my veins. I have no time to worry about the rest of you. Each of you must uphold your responsibility.
Goodbye.
Well then, after making his final statement, Byakuya left the dining hall. Yeah, Master, he didn't take me with him.
Hey.
Do you blame him? Without Master, the rest of you are like coffee with cream without the cream or the coffee. You're totally useless. So bye. Damn, what the fuck? What did we do to deserve that? With that, Toko trudged out of the dining hall. And now she's gone. And you're gonna go off by yourself, right, Kyoko?
Indeed.
That's right. What about me? You can go with me, Kyoko. You trust me, right? Right? You said we can never, ever, 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 ever be the mastermind. Right? Which just leaves Makoto, Hina, and me.
You know?
In that case, I'm gonna go by myself too.
Just a second.
Wait, how come?
How about that?
Just wait and see. I'm gonna use my totally awesome spirit power to figure out the mastermind's identity. Oh my god, yeah, I think you missed that too, Bonnie, when you weren't here. Kyoko told us she was schizophrenic. She's the ultimate detective and also schizophrenic. I forgot to mention that. Laughing loudly, Hiro left the dining hall. Everyone's really gonna go off by themselves? What about you, Hino? Yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, no, it's crazy. She just said it really casually. I guess I'll do the same thing.
But,
I mean, it's not that I don't trust everyone, you know?
'cause
But
I'm-
up till now, I haven't really been all that useful. I was saying ad blocks are important for security as an antivirus nowadays. Yeah, I don't really understand that either. I don't get any of it. I just depended on Sakura and everyone else. You're not useless. If you hadn't been here, I would have died. Makoto. That's really nice of you to say. But still, I know I've mostly been totally useless.
okay.
So I figure, at least here at the end, maybe I can find something that'll help us all get out of here. So I'm gonna go off and do it all on my own. Okay, see you later. Hino was in surprisingly high spirits as she dashed out of the dining hall. And once again, it's just us two.
Indeed.
Indeed. Can I come with you? Please, 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 please. So, you're gonna go off on your own too, right, Kyoko?
However,
Well, don't misunderstand. Just because we're going to do our searches separately doesn't mean we can't still work together.
so
That goes for all of us. I think I see what you mean. Yo, what's up, Myth? Dude, Myth, it is so late. Oh my god. Why are you awake? But welcome in. Doing our own investigation doesn't mean we can't work together in the end. I should just see it as a splitting up to cover more ground. Then we can get back together and share what we found. It's 4 a.m. Oh my god, yeah, you're in Norway right now, right? You guys, it is so late, guys. What the fuck? What are we doing? The only one here that I'm reasonably sure is in the US is Bonnie. What ending did I get? I got the ending where Kyoko got executed and then everybody decided to stay in the school. Usually in Eastern time zone. Okay, that's good. You're just visiting Norway right now. Yeah, where Kyoko got executed, and then everyone decided to stay in the school, and Hina gave birth to each one of the guy's kids. That ending was awful. And then I corrected it, and now we're here now. Story's too fascinating to leave. God damn it, guys. It shouldn't be. You should sleep. It's alright, we're about to end anyway. As soon as we get to like a break where it lets me fucking do something, I'm gonna save and I'm gonna end. Because we're actually a little bit over when I wanted to end, and I kind of want to eat. Alright, and then we can get back together and share what we found. Yeah, that's right.
So then,
Well, I'd better get going. I have an endless list of things I need to check.
correct.
Monokuma said all the doors in the school have been unlocked, right? So we should be able to investigate every nook and cranny in the school. We can visit places we couldn't go before.
Kodo.
Kodo, no matter what it takes, we have to uncover the truth. By any means necessary. Remember how Hiro divined that Makoto and him would have children with the same mother? Oh my god, he was right. That's crazy. Oh my god. With that, Kyoko is gone, leaving only me. I don't have time to waste either. I have to begin my search. I still can't believe the mastermind might be one of us. Yeah, it's Junko, bro. You know that. We know that. Everyone knows that. So that's what I have to prove. I'll prove that the mastermind isn't one of us, but it is one of us. It's Junko. We know that. I'll expose the mastermind's true identity and solve the mystery of this school. And then we can all escape together and be best friends forever. I guess I'll start by taking another look at Mukuro's Monokuma file. Due to the explosion, the victim's identity is unknown. Well, that's wrong now. They were, however, dead before the blast. The victim had been stabbed a single time with a knife, which went completely through the body. They had also been struck in the head with an object about as thick as a metal pipe. The body was covered with other wounds, but these were at least several days old. Once we find out who killed Mukuro Ukasaba, then we'll know who the mastermind is. So where should I start my investigation to figure out who killed her? I guess I should start with the rooms that were locked up until now. The headmaster's room, the biolab, and the door in the data center with the Monokuma face on it. Oh my god, that's so true. I forgot about that door. Oh, and the second floor of the dorms where the gate was down before. That should be open now, right? After that, I'll have to double check the areas that are connected to the murder. Which means the garden and the dojo. Okay, time to get started. Sick. Alright. Then let's save and we will call it a day for right now. I'm glad my computer didn't crash. I actually didn't think about that until right now, but that would have sucked. Well, alright guys, looks like that is it for today. We started a bit late, but we had still about a 4-hour stream, so pretty good for our average, you know, how long we kind of want to be live. Thanks for the stream. Nah, hell no. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys accompanying me while I explore the game. It's very fun. It's fun to sound like a crazy person venting out all of my theories to you guys. I'm asleep, see ya? Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Blue. I appreciate you. But it's really fun to have you guys here so I can just rant crazily like I'm an insane person. And then you guys aren't allowed to say anything. It's very cool. I'll make sure to thoroughly enjoy the VOD. Good night, everybody. Yeah, I appreciate you guys hanging out. Make sure my Europe people in the chat, you guys better get some sleep. You know, take care of yourselves. I don't want you fucking... Oh, for a raid? Oh, yeah. Yeah, can I raid somebody? I don't get how to do it. All-nighter guy? Oh, no. Yeah, who do I raid? Wait, can somebody give me someone to raid? And I'll just try and figure it out. Fend VT is playing this game. Okay, sick. Yeah. So just raid and then Blaukert is live? Oh, Blau is live? Wait, that's sick. I kind of want to raid someone playing this game, though. But I'll have to write down. I'll have to write down that Blau is a streamer. So I just do raid and then this guy? Is that it? Oh shit. Oh my god, it's in 10 seconds. Okay, my bad, boys. I appreciate you guys for hanging out. Let's join the new streamer. Oh, okay. Oh, sick. It's not 10 seconds. Oh my lord. I could just click the button. All right, yeah. Thanks for tuning into the stream. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night, rest of your day, whatever it might be. And I will try and stream again between 2 and 3 Pacific tomorrow. And I think we just want to fucking bust through everything, right? Like, giving the Discord if you were to discuss all that kind of stuff. I don't remember what yeah. Here, let me just give you the Kitty City Discord. This is literally, if you want to if you want to get in contact with me, just this, here's the link. This is where I hang out. Wait, fuck, wait. How do I get the link? It's hidden. Wait, it's hidden. And I'm running out of time on the raid. How do I get the link? Okay, hold on. I'm gonna figure it out for tomorrow. I'm gonna drop it in here tomorrow because I'm stressing the fuck out. I have no idea. This raid bar is getting really low. So I appreciate you guys for hanging out. I will be back tomorrow and I will figure out the rest of it tomorrow for you guys. So thank you.